What's your favorite scary movie? Yeah, I had to do it. I had to do it. I finally found my fucking ghost face mask. Finally, goddamn. And of course, I'm not gonna wear that throughout the entire stream because that shit is hot. But I had to start the scream with the ghost face mask. You guys are listening to it. I'm sorry, you guys just missed me starting off with the ghost face mask. I've been looking for this thing forever. It's like literally been crept up in my shelves. Finally found it. So I said, oh, perfect. What's going on, you guys? It's your boy, Alex Thomas, here with another episode of Nerd Talk, on episode 55. And today I'm here with my colleagues. We got Mind of a Nerd, AJ Reacts 2, and Kevin. He is back for the third time. Is this about to be a reoccurrence? It's about to be a added new co-host onto Nerd Talk? I don't know. We wait and see.
I don't need that. I see him enough. I don't need that.
I don't know. It's his third occurrence, man. See what happened to AJ. AJ became on, multiple times. It's like, man, yeah, might as well be a co-host. But yeah, what's going on, everybody? How your day going? How your day is going?
Slept in all day. It's my day off. Felt good.
Same. It was my day off as well. Actually, I had 2 days off because I didn't work Saturday. I find that I didn't take an overtime day. Relaxed. I went to brunch. It was my sister-in-law's birthday. She was celebrating her birthday, so we went to brunch. Had some chicken and waffles. It's pretty good. So my day was cool. Prepping for the stream. I did watch Scream 6 again, and obviously we'll be talking about that later. But yeah, how you got the hi AJ? Kevin, how you doing?
Doing good. It's finally heading into spring break this week, so
yeah,
finally just gonna sit down and be able to relax.
Yeah, awesome. AJ?
Yeah, man. I'm good. Spent some time with my mom and sister today, so family time. So it was cool. Ready to talk nice. Nerd talk.
Yes, sir. We got some interesting topics today. We're gonna try to move quick because we have some big things to talk about. Clearly, the main topic is Scream 6. We got to talk about Mandalorian. We got to talk about Bel-Air. So let's go ahead and get into these quick stories. So the first thing we're going to talk about, Tyler brought it up, and I forgot that this did happen. The Suicide Squad game has apparently been delayed. Again, right. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the screen so we can see what IGN reported. So yes, the Suicide Squad killed the Justice League reportedly delayed again. So yeah, according to reports from Bloomberg, Warner Brothers had delayed the game from its May 26th release date. It comes from the backlash from the gameplay shown in Sony's most recent state of play. However, as Schreiner, I'm hoping I'm saying that right, noted delays like this are mainly for polish rather than overhauling the gameplay elements fans weren't fond of in the last month's reveal. So did you guys watch the state of play of the reveal? Were you guys not
clips of it?
Were you guys upset about the way the gameplay was?
I wasn't. I was, but granted, this is the very typical way of marketing video games. Which is why I fucking hate the state of marketing video games. Period. I hate it. They show nothing but cutscenes. They'll show a couple random clips of gameplay that are cool, get everyone excited, and then they hide what the game is really about.
Yeah.
Like the gameplay trailer was great, but then we find out 2 days later somebody played it and they were like, the whole game is literally you just shoot purple shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this made me think about I know this is like early PS4 days, but like when Watch Dogs came out, so when they revealed the Watch Dogs. And of course, it looked really good. And then we finally get it, and it's like downgraded like to shit.
I like Watch Dogs.
I liked Watch Dogs, but like the presentation, what we were supposed to get, wasn't what we got.
I played an hour of Watch Dogs and then returned it.
The biggest example of this is fucking Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk, I thought looked phenomenal. I was like, yo, this is gonna be crazy. Then they kept delaying. Then I was like, I'm not even gonna fucking buy it at this point because you delayed the shit like 8 times. Yeah. And sure enough, the game came out. It's one of the worst games ever made.
I heard it was like really buggy, not necessarily because of the gameplay itself. Just the game was buggy. No, talking about Cyberpunk.
If a game if a game is buggy and laggy after you delayed it that many times, that to me is a failure.
They say if you get it now, it's probably worth getting now than on release day because they obviously fixed more of the bugs. But in the terms of this game, I did watch the little clips or whatever, and it looks all right. Like I said, it could be worse, but I mean, if they talking about it's just polishing, I mean, okay, but if the game is ass anyway, it doesn't really matter.
That's what I said when they announced that they had deleted it again. I was like, what are you gonna do now that you already the deed was done? You already fucking did it. You can't do nothing now but release the game and take the ass whooping.
Or do patches. Really do patches. Because even like for Hogwarts, I have an issue when I walk through doors. It's like a fog around the entryway. When I walk in through doors, like it's like a fog, and then the room clears up so I can see what happens.
I don't have
that. I don't know if it's me or it's my TV. I don't know. But every time I walk through a door, it's like I can't really see the surroundings until I finally walk through it.
This is my thing. What the fuck is the obsession with taking superhero team games and making them fucking live service games? What the fuck is the obsession with that? Because it worked so well for the Avengers, right?
Yeah, right.
You wanted to be like, well, yeah, it's a different studio. We can do that. What is the obsession with that? Guardians of the Galaxy isn't the greatest game in the world, but Jesus Christ, like the only negative with that game, to be honest, is that it's a little repetitive and you can only play as Star-Lord. If you could play as the other Guardians, it'd be better. But that game is leaps and bounds better as a single player game than a fucking live service game. Mm-hmm. It's so like I don't understand what their obsession is with that.
Yeah. I
don't get it. It failed for Avengers. Avengers never recovered for it, no matter how much they upgraded it.
That's why they canceled it.
And
they stopped doing it.
And now this. This to me is just stupid. It's stupid. And now they want to delay the game for what? You're gonna delay the game, make people wait longer for a game that's not gonna be any different.
And they said they haven't even confirmed a date. They just said it's delayed indefinitely.
It was supposed to come out in I think June or May.
Yeah, May. It said May. It's supposed to come late May. So, but now it says indefinitely. There's no release date for it. So
it's okay.
I mean, where you guys gonna get this game day one?
No.
AJ?
I was thinking about it. I was thinking about getting it or asking for it for anniversary, but probably not now.
Until he found out what the game was.
Yeah, as soon as I found out, it went way down my list of priorities.
Kevin, were you going to get this game?
Probably get it for Black Friday. Or
well, no, not because I wasn't all that interested with the game. The gameplay didn't necessarily help the situation. The delays, I think, just sunk the ship for me. I think there's only so many times you can delay a game before people start thinking to themselves, is this game really going to be worth it? Like even Tyler said, for Cyberpunk, it was delayed so many times to the point where he didn't even want to buy it day one, and obviously he saved a lot of money from it.
Right.
This reminds me of when the Last of Us 2 situation, the game leaked, and they said, "Oh, we're going to delay it." I was like, "What the fuck?
Yeah,
why?
Might as well release it now. We know the fucking
story.
We know the story.
No point to that.
We know the story now.
The game, Now, that it was pretty much that because they were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna patch things." I highly doubt The Last of Us 2 needed patches. It's one of the greatest games on a technical level.
Yeah, but also when Uncharted 4 got delayed as well, like
I wouldn't know about that.
Yeah, when that game was first coming out, it got pushed back as well. That game, so it's not very rare. It's
for a while too.
Yeah, it's not rare that new IP or need new IPs, but like when brand new games come for consoles, they get delayed. Now for this situation, it's different because there's no release date. At least for those games, we got release dates for when it's going to be coming out. This has no release date at all.
I think it's because with the fact that it's the third time it being delayed, they probably don't want to guarantee themselves
a date, yeah,
and then delay it again. So I think
Dude, this game was supposed to come out in 2021.
Yeah,
that's a damn shame.
And now we have no release date.
That shit works.
They're gonna cancel.
I don't know how that shit works.
They're gonna cancel this game.
It's hard enough, but
and what hurts most is that it's Rocksteady.
Yeah. The studio that gave us the greatest video game, well, 4 games. No, they didn't do Origins, but
Origins.
the greatest 3 games.
And for people that want to say, oh well, stop saying that they made the Arkham games. Those games are totally different. Well, I mean, it's the same studio. Do you want me to not acknowledge that? That'd be like Insomniac making a piece of shit game and me being like, man, I can't believe they're making this terrible game after they made fucking Spider-Man.
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
Or like Naughty Dog making a terrible game. You're like, man, this is the studio that gave us Uncharted and The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Like, it's completely fair to compare the Arkham games to this.
Yeah, because it's because of what they gave us before. Like, it's going to always be compared to what they've done before.
Yes, the gameplay is different, but at the end of the day, it's still the same studio.
Right.
I'm completely warranted to say, man, that's how we feel about Rockstar and Naughty Dog. Those are the 2 top dogs that can do no wrong with any game they've released. So
did the Arkham games even suffer any sort of delays when they were coming out at the time?
Did Arkham Knight? I don't think so. I think Arkham Knight came out.
If any of them did, Arkham Knight may have got delayed once.
Yeah.
Not Arkham Origins.
No, I don't think Arkham Origins did.
That was a different studio, so if it did, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, Rocksteady didn't do Origins. They just did Asylum, City, and Night. I think Night did get delayed, but it wasn't that long. Mm-hmm. So I remember buying that day one. I made an unboxing video and everything. It's on my channel if you want to see it. It's
even if that game did get delayed, it was for the better because Arkham Knight is a fucking near masterpiece.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah. If you guys got any more thoughts on this story, let me know in the comment section below. I was not excited for this game. I thought the gameplay looked cool. I was not excited for it. I wasn't gonna buy it day one, and of course I saw all the stories about what the game is. It's like, no, I'm okay. I'll watch gameplay on YouTube to get my satisfaction from it. That's what I'll do. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this story in the comment section below. Let's go ahead and move on to our next topic. And of course, I'm a Harry Potter fan, so I had to bring this into the news. Which I will pull up the article because I did find it from Screen Rant. They actually put the article up talking about it. Let's go ahead and bring it up real quick. So yeah, Harry Potter Wizarding World expansion just getting started, teases Warner Brothers execs. According to Warner Brothers Discovery's CFO, Gunnar, I don't want to fucking mess up his last name or her last name. The Wizarding World, Harry Potter has a very bright, expansive future ahead of it, based on the blood knowledge by J.K. Rowling. And of course, they're talking about all the movies and the games and stuff. They basically are talking about that they want to expand on a lot of things, obviously from the success of Hogwarts Legacy. And, let's go ahead and read what they had to say. Take Harry Potter for an example of the Wizarding World. The fact that we are enjoying the massive success with the Hogwarts Legacy launch 12 years after the last film came out shows that there is so much opportunity, and we're only just starting to expand that. We got a new Harry Potter tour coming up in Tokyo in the middle of the year. Long story short, I think this one company approach, great leadership in individual business units, but coordinate franchise management is probably one of the biggest opportunities the company has. So what I took from this is that it's possible that we're going to be getting we already got like the Wizarding World like tag or whatever, but I think now they're going to be expanding it to it actually be its own studio under Warner Brothers, like how Marvel is for Disney or like how Star Wars is. They're going to have its own division where they can do their own stuff. So like they can do TV shows, movies, animation, stuff like that. So yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on this?
I don't give a shit.
I guess I'll go then. I'm the same as Alex. I love Harry Potter, but I think it depends on how they go about things, because the way that we saw in Fantastic Beasts, we saw two vastly different ways that magic is ruled over and controlled.
Right.
I believe in both France, I believe they explored on their kind of culture in the Wizarding world as well as America. I could be wrong, or there could be more countries. I feel like there's a lot more things you can explore with the Wizarding world. It just depends on how they do it, because the main selling point of Harry Potter is Hogwarts and the world you build within that. So I'm excited to see what they have to show, but I'd hope they find good people to do it, because Fantastic Beasts has not been great or good as far as the franchise goes. So I think that if they're going to take this seriously, then they kind of have to take it seriously for this franchise to have any kind of future. So I hope Hogwarts Legacy isn't just some one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
And we'll see some more great things coming from it.
Yeah, for me, I'm excited for this because I think the Wizarding World deserves to be expanded on. That's why I think Goblet of Fire is my favorite movie out of the three, because we expanded on different schools and different cultures within, the Trials of Tournament. We saw how different the world could be. And with the first Fantastic Beasts, I wanted more than just seeing us be in New York. I wanted to see more of that. People forget the selling point of Harry Potter is that it's about children dealing with the magic. It's not, we don't care about the adults. The adults are the side characters. The children are the main selling point. You have to get children to watch these films at the end of the day, because it's about magic. Adults don't give a fuck about magic. They don't. Kids care about magic. So that's the selling point. So if you guys want to start over with another magical school or something like that, be my guest. Or do the Hogwarts Legacy approach. Go far back into the past where you introduce another new character and we're going to Hogwarts or going to a different magical school. If you guys do it as a series. I think this shit would work as a series. Real talk. Shit. I just think that. Yeah, I don't think it should just be Harry Potter. I do think we deserve a lot more than just it being the Harry Potter series. I think the world is too big. It's just like Star Wars. Star Wars deserves more than just the Skywalker saga. We getting things like Mandalorian and stuff like that. We deserve to see this universe be expanded and evolved. So that's just my take from it. So,
yeah,
AJ,
so we talk about this off screen quite a bit. Something that we are pretty much all interested in is seeing the creation of Hogwarts and how the houses came about and things like that. I think that could be an amazing thing to expand upon in the world. But I, like Kevin was saying, I think they have to be very careful about how they approach this, because when we got into Fantastic Beasts, it's boring. There's no other way to say that. Like it's boring. The writing just is not intriguing. It doesn't grab you. And I don't want that for the Harry Potter series, for other, projects within the series. I don't want that.
But that's what it goes back on, is that I think the way they approached that film, they forgot what was the magic about the Wizarding World. We were seeing it through a child's eyes, and seeing it for the first time through his eyes was what brought us in. It wasn't that it was an adult leading us. It wasn't that, it was that we were experiencing these with children, and their infatuation with learning these spells and going on this adventure, it's different. That's why this is going off subject, because that's why the It movies only work when they're kids. That's why the kids version is much better, because they're doing all these things as children. So that's just my approach on it. Of course they grew up into the movies. They got older within the movies, but that's why we love them so much, because they started out as kids, and then they grew up in the franchise. So that's the only thing I want. Like I said, I know Tyler really doesn't give a fuck, so we'll go ahead and move on.
No, I can't wait. I can't wait until they one day realize that what they need to do is do the movie where they show us the beginning of Hogwarts, and then it's fucking ass.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I think I agree with AJ. It's just they just have to want to take their time, have to have people that really care about this, because you can't just shoehorn this stuff in, because the fans will let you know that you got shoehorn this shit in. Clearly,
I don't even think that matters when you got the person that did. What do you do? He did 5 to 8. When you get the director who did 5 to Deathly Hallows Part 2 to direct your main franchise. Clearly,
Yeah,
there's someone who cares.
Yeah, but it's not just him. I don't think the directing their directing is not the problem with those movies. We know that.
It's not.
The direction is not the problem. I don't think the performances are the problem. It's the writing that's the problem.
I don't know about that for some people.
I was about to say I don't think it's
for the most part. It's not.
Yeah, for the most part.
I don't think it's not David Yates' fault. Also, I think David Yates needs to go away from this franchise. Real talk. We need new blood in this franchise.
I agree with
that. Like the same person. That's why when you watch those first two films, they move on to Alfonso Cuarón. It's new blood, and they kept switching up obviously until they got David Yates. But that's why 3, 4, and 5 feel different because it's different people making those movies. You know, they could have obviously Mission Impossible has the same director from 5 on, but like Mission Impossible had a different director each movie. That's why it feels different. You bring in new blood, new takes, new, visions onto these movies. You know, I think these movies need that.
At least the first Harry Potter movies were, good.
Yeah.
The first couple Mission Impossible movies are not great.
The first one is good.
I don't know. I find that movie very boring.
I like the first one a lot.
I like the first.
Two
one.
isn't. Two is
not great. 2 is not great.
Yeah, I think anybody can tell you 2 is not good
for sure. But
the vault scene in 1 is amazing. I like the third act, but it's a really slow burn.
It's Brian De Palma.
I think with Mission Impossible, I don't mean to get off into a tangent. I think with Mission Impossible, they really had to find their footing as an action film.
With 3, and I think 3 started it.
Once they did, they started getting better and better.
For sure.
So yeah, I think it just took a little time.
This is your reminder that Mission Impossible 3 is a fucking banger of a film.
It is amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
It is.
To me, it started with Mission Impossible 3 because people talk about Ghost Protocol was one that revitalized the franchise. I don't think the series needed to be revitalized. It took a long time to get from 3 to that movie. That's what it was. Mm-hmm. You know, Tom Cruise was doing a lot during that time too. You know, he was doing a lot of different movies, a lot of different stuff. He was going through a lot of personal stuff too. That's why he didn't make another Mission Impossible. So,
Kevin, you've seen the Mission Impossible movies, right?
Nope.
No.
Tyler, you know what to do. Get him started.
Don't worry, he's been very adamant at getting me into it. I will get into the movies when we get closer to the new one this week. I saw one movie, I forgot which one. I think it was Rogue Nation.
That was fine.
You don't even remember the name of it? You need to rewatch it, bro. You need to rewatch it, bro.
That's one of the best ones. Shit.
It is.
That is the best one.
Go ahead.
I will make a final point with Harry Potter, just to circle back on that.
Mm-hmm.
To Tyler's point with them showing the origin of Hogwarts, I think that's probably the only prequel stuff I would be interested in. Because I think if you do too much prequel stuff, you then find yourself in a loop of, okay, we need to make sure this also fits into the main story that we know. Because the main story is explained a lot in the past. I think the only 2 prequel stuff that I would be interested in is the origin of Hogwarts, and also I forgot the group that they call themselves with Harry Potter's dad and his group.
The Marauders.
Huh?
The Marauders.
Yeah, the Marauders. Yeah. I would be very interested in that movie. I think that would work really well. Other than that, I think either standalone stuff or future stuff, I think that would be a lot more interesting to me than anything set before the events.
The kind of pushback on what you said about origin stuff. The Hogwarts Legacy game shows that it doesn't really matter about prequel stuff, at the end of the day, because this game takes place in the 1800s, so they can do a lot of stuff within this game that's not connected to Harry Potter. See, with Fantastic Beasts is different because it's only 50 years, so it's okay, they have to connect things to the movies because it's only a certain amount of time. When you go hundreds and hundred years, it doesn't really matter.
I
certain
think
characters just don't exist.
I think it's also what you use with it, because correct me if I'm wrong, because I didn't play the game or watch any of the trailers. Didn't the story of Hogwarts Legacy have like almost nothing to do with anyone from the main story?
No.
I think that sort of stuff would be a lot more feasible to accomplish, because if your main plot point, if your main thread of the story is something to do with the main story in Harry Potter, you kind of have to start to connect some pieces together and say, all right, how do we fit that into that? But
that's
if
the
it's
problem with
just like,
Fantastic Beasts.
You cannot have
Yeah.
any continuity errors.
No,
The
no.
fans will come after your throat.
See, there's characters named that call back from the movies, like, but they're like, you know, they're ancestors. They're like, you know, they're the name of.
if they're just throwaways, then it's whatever.
There's a Professor Weasley in the school, and clearly they're related to Ron Weasley, but these are, you know, this is hundreds of years apart, so it doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's just my answer. But other than that.
So so if you guys got any thoughts on this story, let me know in the comment section below. Let's go ahead and move on to our next topic of the day, and it is about James Gunn reportedly directing Superman Legacy. I did find an article on this as well. Let me go ahead and pull it up. Let me go ahead and pull this up real quick. James Gunn reportedly directing Superman Legacy. It appears that James Gunn may be doing more than writing Superman Legacy. He may also be setting up to direct it as well. According to comic writers Tom King, James Gunn is setting up to direct Superman Legacy. James Gunn is a super nerd and super creative. He is both the writer and director of Superman movie and sort of the creating force behind all of this. He has reached out to a group of screenwriters and myself, fantastic, amazing, whose name he puts out there, and to work on most of these movies and TV shows as good as they can be. And it is his way of saying, you know, we need nerds in the room. We need writers, and that this sort of DC renaissance, this DC revolution is going to be very much of a storytelling. It's story first. We want to tell fantastic stories, and that is where we're starting and stopping. It's been reported that he is directing it. What are you guys' thoughts on this? Clearly he's not just going to be, you know, the head. He's actually going to be working actually with the movies. What are you guys' thoughts?
I'm not thrilled about this, actually, because I like James Gunn a lot. I think he is a great director. I think he's a good writer as well. But I don't think Superman is, as Superman is concerned, James Gunn directing it is not my first choice. Wouldn't be even in the running, just due to his style of film that he makes and his style of humor. It doesn't feel like it would fit. Now, will he get us to care about the characters? Yes, but is the tone going to be odd? I can see it being very strange. So I'm not too thrilled about this. I think James Gunn needs to focus on maintaining what we're getting within the DC universe.
Like Kevin Feige. Basically be like Kevin Feige.
Chill out, be Kevin Feige of DCU for now, and you know, just chill for a minute. Because you know, we got plenty of James Gunn content, and isn't he doing Peacemaker as well? He's doing Peacemaker as well. That's gonna come in the future, but you know, he's doing Peacemaker season 2 as well.
And he's doing Creature Commandos.
With Creatures Commandos, that's gonna be animated, so that's like not. I don't feel like
still
that's
writing it though. He's writing that. He's writing Peacemaker. He's writing Superman.
Yeah, so that's a lot of stuff on his plate. So I don't want this to be just like something that, you know, is just added on and he kind of doesn't really care about. I want him to have a focus, a plan, and it seems scary to me. But I'll let somebody else go.
Tyler?
No.
Oh, go ahead, Kevin.
Oh no, Tyler can go because I have a different.
I mean, I'm with AJ. I don't like this at all, but I'm optimistic. Now, am I happy about it? No. I think everybody and their mother said, please don't direct this movie. And you know, I don't know. I don't like it. But I'm not ready to write it off either because I feel like he knows how important this movie is. So I feel like he's gonna give it his all, and I've been saying this too. A lot of people were very negative on this. I was negative on this, but I wasn't at the same time gonna be like, if it happens, like this movie's gonna be terrible. I don't think that. I feel like he's smart enough to know that this can't be the Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
he's not an idiot,
right?
You know, I'm willing to bet that he knows what he's doing with this, but at the same time, I don't. I'm upset by it too.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kevin. Go ahead, Kevin.
Yeah. I feel like I told Tyler this before, and I've always been a fan. I've always been a fan of, if you're directing something, you should have a good amount of input on the writing aspect. I know there's a lot of examples where this is contradictory, but recently when I watch movies, I've always feel like you can't just write something and then have a random director thrown it on. I feel like a perfect example for me is Belko Experiment. James Gunn wrote it, but then they had someone completely different take over, and that you could tell the writing and the directing had nothing to do with each other at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, the fact that James Gunn was writing it, I feel like the writing was on the wall for him to direct it. Unless whatever director he chose was going to put his own input on the writing, I feel like it was always inevitable to me that James Gunn was going to direct it. So I'm optimistic. Like Tyler said, I think James Gunn is a big enough nerd of DC and a pretty smart person to realize that you can't mess this up. You can't go out there and have the same kind of tone and writing as Suicide Squad, Guardians. Maybe Guardians 3 will show us what kind of he can write emotional tones and stuff really well. And if that's the case, then I feel like that just elevates my expectations for Superman Legacy. Yeah. But I think that I very much preferred this direction instead of just taking a director and just picking some random guy, probably have minimal input on the writing because James Gunn wrote it, and then it turns out to be a bigger mess than originally can be with James Gunn. So, you know, I'm not upset. I'm pretty excited about it because I could tell how excited James Gunn is. And when you have a guy as passionate as James Gunn with comics directing a Superman movie that he's very excited about, I think that I can have a level of faith in him that will get me more excited for this movie.
Yeah. I guess I agree with all you guys. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like most of the stuff we got from James Gunn, it doesn't fit Superman Legacy. It doesn't fit Superman at all. Unless you're gonna go with the more, you know, jokey, you know, over the top Superman, which I don't know if I want. I mean, to me, I think Man of Steel is disregarded for it being too serious, which I don't understand. What are you guys talking about? That's the tone. That's the tone I would want for it, what the story for his, what story Superman story is. But I don't know. I think James Gunn is putting too much on his plate with him writing all this stuff, also finding all the people to create these stories and all that stuff. He's doing a lot, and I don't want him to burn himself out when he just got the job. Like, go ahead and like what AJ said, take your time with all this stuff. Don't jump yourself into projects when you have other stuff to do. When you're trying to start a whole universe, don't go ahead and jump into doing certain things when you have other things on your back plate. Don't go ahead and cook a steak when you got 3 different entrees behind you and they're burning right now. Don't do that.
It's a great analogy.
Yeah, you always got to throw food in there, right? Like, don't go ahead.
That's facts, though.
Don't go ahead and start something when you got 3 things in the oven. Like,
and I'm not saying James Gunn is a incompetent director. I think we all can agree that he is a very competent director and writer.
It's not even about that. It's about doing so much. That's what it is. Like,
it's that, and he has a specific style to everything that he does. Yeah. Every James Gunn film that he's written or directed has this level of comedy to it that it just does not seem to fit Superman, in my opinion. It just doesn't. Yeah. But I'm like Tyler said, I'm not completely writing it off. I'm gonna check it out. Of course, we all gonna check it out. So I'm gonna go in with an open mind. It's just a little scary to me.
Yeah, for sure. You got anything else to add, Tyler?
No.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. If you guys have anything to say about this news story, let me know in the comment section below. Are you guys excited for this? Are you guys not excited about it? Let me know in the comment section below. So let's go ahead and move on to our next topic, and that is Mandalorian Season 3 Episode 2 review. This is Episode 2, right?
Yes.
I got it confused because I gotta edit this. I said Bel-Air fucking Bel-Air Episode 3. We're Episode 3 now, not Episode 2. Got confused. We're Episode 3 of Bel-Air, right?
Episode 2, bro.
Episode 3 of Bel-Air.
Right.
Episode 3 of Bel-Air. Episode 2 of Mando.
Right.
3 of Bel-Air? What?
Yes.
Yes.
Episode 3. Yes, we are. I knew I wasn't tripping because I knew when I made the title, I'm like, oh, I fucked up. I know I fucked up. But yeah, we're talking about Mandalorian Episode 2, Season 3. What are you guys' thoughts on it?
Very good. Very good.
I noticed that I felt differently than a lot of folks out there. I posted my score for this episode, and I got basically me and Alex watched it together, but I basically got strangled in my DMs for posting my score.
What score you give it?
I gave it a 4.5. I love this episode. I feel like I even liked it more than you, the way you were watching, but the way you were responding to certain things.
He liked it more than me.
I liked it a lot. I thought it was a great episode.
It's a solid 4.
Yeah,
it's a solid 4.
Folks
I think
said it was really boring.
It ends too abruptly for me. I wanted more. That's the thing why I can't give it a full 5. Like, I loved everything in it, but when it ended, I'm like, damn, that's it. Like, damn, I gotta wait till next week to see what happens next.
Can't say it ends too abruptly when it's an episode of TV.
That's what I said.
I know. That's why I said, it is TV at the end of the day.
Yeah, wait till next week.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I said personally, but he's like, nah.
And if you say
it like that,
if you're saying that's a good thing. That means you're interested.
Yeah,
it's not a bad thing. I really like. Listen, I haven't heard really anybody talking about the season, which kind of breaks my heart. I don't give a shit. I'm loving this season right now. I think it's pretty good.
It's moving at a pace though. That's why. Like, I feel like we're just moving at a nice steady pace. We chilling right now with Mando.
Listen, if
Grogu,
they were gonna go in any direction, this is the direction I want them to go in. Yeah. Season 2, it's great, but it was so much shit in that season. You had fucking Ahsoka, Luke, fucking. All this shit going on. Boba Fett. You had all this shit going on. I feel like this was the smart decision to take this season. Make it smaller, contained. That was the smart decision, and I'm not mad about that at all. I'm really digging how this is a personal story, and I thought this episode was really cool. Bo-Katan's getting a lot of shine, which I'm digging. Yeah. She's a fucking badass. I'm really digging it. I am. I'm definitely not mad about where it is right now.
Yeah, I agree with you, Tyler. Every time I'm watching. Every time I see the Star Wars logo, I'm getting excited every time. I'm loving the pace of it. Like, I agree, and I love that certain characters is getting a lot more screen time than I thought they would. I'm loving that we're seeing Mandalore. I'm loving we're seeing these different worlds. And, obviously Pedro Pascal is fucking killing it again. And then there's another character. Like, every time I hear him, I want to hear Joel. Like, I hear Joel in there. I hear you. But I'm loving it. I am loving this season so far as well. Just keep it going. That's all I have to say. Keep it going. Keep it at this pace. Don't let me down, Mandalorian. Don't let me down. That's all I have to say about that. Don't let me down.
Yeah, something I really appreciate. It's something I talked about last week when we talked about episode 1, the first episode. I really hope they give Grogu something to do, something significant. He's not just a prop. But just beside the flip. What? And I feel like this episode, they really showed that Grogu can be a significant character in this series. Yeah, I feel like this was an episode like, hey, he's not just a prop.
He is a prop.
I appreciate.
I can't think of the character's name, but she's sitting there holding him the whole time.
That was
like
funny,
a baby. It's like, bro, it's like she just
Amy Sedaris. Yeah, but the fact that he went and got Bo-Katan, I was like, okay, that was cool. He actually is doing something, like something significant. So I hope more.
I thought he was gonna use the Force and choke out that like dragon looking thing. I thought like he got to do something.
I thought he was going. Well, he did something with the caveman looking dude.
Yeah, he pushed him out of the cave. Yeah.
It was off screen, but it was kind of funny. But yeah, so Grogu, I'm looking forward to what they have in store for him. But yeah, this episode, I felt like yes, it started off pretty slow, but I enjoyed the way they showed Mandalore. I really liked how Mandalore looked, how the mines looked. We got some creatures that we never seen before. I always loved that. The caveman, the mechanical dude that was another mechanical dude within another mechanical dude.
It was like General Grievous. I kept thinking about General Grievous every time I saw him. Like, oh, it's General Grievous.
Yeah, and the little gators with the wings and stuff like that. That was cool. So I'm looking forward to seeing more stuff like that. Bo-Katan, like Tyler said, getting a lot of shine. I'm ready to see more of her as well. And then we saw
Katie Sackhoff is really good in this show.
Katie Sackhoff, yeah. And then towards the end of the episode, I don't know if we're going beat by beat with the episode, but
no, we just go. No,
okay,
we're not.
Okay, just highlights. So at the end of the episode, he goes to wash himself by the waters, and he gets like sucked down. We don't know what is going on. Like what just happened?
Like,
Bo-Katan goes in. Bo-Katan goes down there to save him. She's looking around deep, really deep, and then she saves them, and then we see these creatures, and
giant fucking
like a dragon. I believe those creatures are the insignia of the Mandalorian, the symbol that they use on their patches and stuff like that, and the symbol that they use. So I was loving that. I said, "Yo,
yeah, that shit was crazy."
I was pumped, but yeah.
Go ahead, Kevin. I don't think you said anything this whole time. Go ahead.
I love this episode. I was wondering why you were getting shit for 4.5 stars. I was like, that's good. This is a really good episode.
they just want things to happen all the time. They don't want storytelling.
Yeah.
But same people to tell you Eternals is bottom 5, but
I love the world building in this episode. Yes. I think that seeing Mandalore, not to its full extent, and I don't think we'll get that until probably towards the end of the series as a whole, but it's really cool to get a sneak peek into that. I am very interested to see more of the dynamic between Bo-Katan and Din, because Din is very religious. He's very committed to the Mandalorian way, and Bo-Katan clearly does not give a shit. I hope we dive more deep into her past more, because there's more to her why she doesn't believe in it as much as she does, even though that she wears the Mandalorian armor. I feel like that's something interesting.
She calls herself Mandalorian too.
Yeah.
So
and she wanted to rule over. Maybe something happened. Maybe that the living waters didn't treat her well or something like that.
We'll probably get a flashback. I got a feeling we're gonna get a flashback. We gotta get.
I don't think we've ever gotten a flashback in the Mandalorian, have we?
No,
I don't think we have.
No.
So
no.
I don't know. That would be a first.
Maybe it'll be a flashback because we have to see, because she talks about how it used to be a civilization. This used to be people living here. So I think we're going to see.
She even said she used to rule over it. So
right, she was a part of the main, people that were ruling over Mandalore. So maybe we will see that. I mean, I would like to see it. See what happened. Why is it a ruin?
Right.
I did find it interesting that Din blatantly said out there, "Oh yeah, I never actually lived in Mandalore." He has such a full commitment to this culture, and he doesn't even live there. Yeah. So I think it was very interesting.
I think this is going to be eye-opening for him. After he went to the waters and nothing really happened, he almost died. Yeah, he's going to be like, "Well, what is this
What's
all
the
for?"
Point now?
And
I think something happened to him. I think something happened to him, like internally, that pulled him down and just have him sunk there. Maybe it's some kind of metaphor for something. Maybe he shouldn't be sinking the way he did. That's how I view it. Maybe he shouldn't even have sunk the way he did. Maybe he's supposed to have done something, and the water's just like, nah, you can't do shit.
When he was going into the water, I swear to God, I I expected it to be where he took off all the Mandalorian armor but kept the helmet on.
Yeah.
And he's just like butt ass naked in the water with the helmet on. That's what I was expecting. In all seriousness, I was kind of disappointed with the way Mandalore looks. I was expecting it to be like I said in my review. I was like, I expected it to kind of look like Mustafar, be like like engulfed in flames or in fire or destroyed or something. And it's just this regular Star Wars planet. I'm like, this is what you consider destruction or like in ruins.
I mean,
they
didn't have any like buildings or
no life
homes.
You know, I was
life
abandoned. There was no,
I mean, shit. If he thinks this is bad, he should go to fucking Jakku, where they literally have a fucking Star Destroyer fucking sticking out of the floor, and they can't have anybody to do anything about that. I mean,
that's that's a jungle planet, though. This is different.
Jakku is a desert planet, sir.
Oh, a desert
maybe
planet.
something diplomatic.
I'm thinking of Dagobah.
I feel like at some point it did look like that.
It's like the desert, right? It's just like Tatooine.
Yeah, I feel like
maybe something more diplomatic happened.
Like
I think something more diplomatic happened with Mandalore. Not so much the destruction of like literal destruction. I think something more of like diplomatic, because Bo-Katan did used to rule over, so she has a memory that she used to rule over this place. So I think maybe something diplomatic happened, something just completely fucked over the planet. Its religious system maybe got exposed for being full of shit. Maybe that's why she doesn't believe it. So
I don't know.
But,
I'm intrigued.
Or Disney is Disney, and they just didn't give a shit about making a proper set. So.
Right. It's the best way to do. All right.
Throw a bunch of rocks together. Use the volume. Oh my god, the volume.
Hope that's not the case.
I'm interested in where we're going though. I personally don't need all my Star Wars to be lightsabers and explosions and pew 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 pew. I don't need that. Sure. As long as it's interesting and engaging to me, I'm okay with it. And this is indeed interesting and engaging.
We did get a saber shown in this episode. So
let's talk about that.
I don't know how I feel about it being like a blade. I talked to AJ, but I don't know how I feel about it actually being like it looks like a sword. I don't know.
It does look like a sword.
I know, but it just to me it's always weird when I've seen certain sabers look like just like sabers.
Poor Mando, man. He better get with the program, bro.
Yeah,
he's been struggling with this for now. He's been struggling with this since Book of Boba Fett, and I thought he learned how to use it. Kind of, I guess not. And then
you get
Bo-Katan picking it up. Now, granted, you'll see some idiot saying, "Oh, well, it's because she's a female that she knows how to use it." Well, no, you fucking idiot! If you didn't realize that she had it before,
yeah, right?
So she knows how to use it. You fucking idiot!
Because she's a female.
Mary Sue.
She's definitely not like she's familiar with the weapon.
Right.
Bro.
She used it before. Exactly. She has experience with it.
Right.
That was obvious to me.
More importantly, justice to that droid, because that droid got done so dirty in this episode. Just got plunked to another planet against this will, and it's just like, all right, go search the area.
Droids have been done dirty since the eternity of Star Wars. You want to start now with this shit?
Facts.
You want to start with that now? Meanwhile, in the original trilogy, fucking poor R2, fucking poor 3PO was in pieces.
Yeah.
Fucking what the fuck? Cloud City. Using pieces in Cloud City.
R.I.P. 3PO.
I just found it funny, man. The droid was just Mandalore is just like, all right, go search this area for me, please. And Droid's just like, no.
I'm not doing shit.
I don't recall asking a question.
Yeah. I just keep thinking that's the same droid that literally exploded right before 3PO. I mean, R2D2 was picked in A New Hope. That's the same droid that did not make it to fucking Luke.
Is that the same droid?
It's not the same. It's not this. I don't know if it's the same model, but it's the same droid that exploded where Luke was like, "Hey, this one got a bad motivator. Look, like it's the same one." I'm like, bro, that one's always done dirty for sure, dude. But yeah,
did they ever get it?
No. What you mean?
At the end of this episode, do we know what happened to it?
No, we don't know what happened. It just ends.
The droid?
Yeah, talking about they did.
It's probably back at the ship.
Oh yeah, they did bring the droid back. They brought the droid back.
They brought it back to the ship, and then they went in on their own.
Right. Because he knew he couldn't go no farther. So, yeah.
Useless ass droid.
Right.
That's probably what they called him.
He's not R2D2, so I don't know. But yeah, you guys got any more thoughts on Mandalorian episode 2?
No, man. I'm loving this season. Bring it on next week.
I am too. I'm loving this season as well. If you guys got any thoughts on Mandalorian season 3 episode 2, let me know in the comment section below. Let's go ahead and move on to our next topic, and that is Bel-Air season 2 episode 3 review. What do you guys think of this episode? I really love this episode. Black Teachers Matter. What are you guys' thoughts on it?
Let me tell you something. I swear to God, if Bel-Air gets canceled due to low viewership numbers,
are the views low?
I would assume so. Nobody's fucking talking about this show.
Yeah, I really hope it's not. I really hope it's not.
For whatever reason, nobody's talking about this show. Listen to me. Bel-Air right now is... I love this show.
Yeah.
I love this show. This show is absolutely fucking incredible. Really, this whole episode gave me fucking chills. But the last 20 minutes of this episode, oh my God. I love this show. I swear I do.
I agree.
This has to be one of the most underrated shows in television history. And I say that because nobody's talking about it. I feel like we are the only four.
Especially the subject matter. The subject matter should definitely be talked about for sure because it's very important. I think
the only time I hear words about this show uttered are on this stream every week.
Yeah.
Nobody, not even people that watch shows that I don't watch, are watching the show, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I don't get it.
I could probably tell you why.
Go ahead. Why, AJ? Is it because they don't have Peacock?
No, no, I'm not.
They don't have Peacock?
No. I mean, that might be part of it. I just feel like with Fresh Prince, it was based in humor, made people feel good. This show is a lot more dramatic. Doesn't mean that it's worse or anything, but it doesn't make people necessarily feel good, and that's kind of the state that we're in with, pretty much everything we watch.
I mean, this show makes me feel good. I mean, I don't know.
It's it handles serious subject matter.
It does
that aren't always people aren't always on board with that. So I feel like that's another reason, because they're so familiar with the original series that
what I say to that
makes you laugh, makes you.
You know what I say to that, AJ? Grow up, because this the only way these certain situations is going to be shown is on TV, because clearly people aren't doing it in real life, so you guys can see it, representation of it on TV, so you guys can see that these situations really do matter.
People would rather sit there and laugh, though. Now, that's my perspective. That's what I think.
I mean, personally, I would rather laugh too, but I can also acknowledge good television when I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, this show has funny moments. Of course, the whole thing is not a sitcom. It's a drama. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, it's a drama, and I think they're handling the Fresh Prince, lore and the IP. I think they're handling it with flying colors. Mm-hmm. The main actor who's playing Will is doing a phenomenal job. Carlton is amazing in this episode. Mm-hmm. Obviously the worst part of this episode is all the Hillary bullshit. I'm really not liking her storyline. I'm so despising all this.
That's what made me hold back on my score a little bit this episode. Is just
like all that is like I'm just rolling. I'm rolling my eyes, dude. Like I was watching it with Steph, and she kind of feels some type of way too, because her friend does the same thing. She was like ignoring her and like stuff like that. It's like she can't even talk to her. And I was just getting so frustrated about all that. It's like, man, like this, and we all have friends like that. You try to talk to them, and it's just like they're just like ignoring you. It's like, bruh, like Yeah, but that whole storyline is just like I just wish for it to be over. The Jeffrey stuff is intriguing to me. Like he was like looking up some stuff, trying to figure out some stuff.
I want to know what's going on with that.
Yeah, I think it's more. I think it's about his son. That's what I think it is.
Personally, I feel like the Jeffrey stuff is moving a little slow to me.
Yeah.
I want that to pick up the pace a little bit, be towards the forefront because it is intriguing, but it's dragging its feet a little bit to me.
Yeah, for sure. Kevin, did you watch this episode?
No, he's not watching it.
Oh, you're not watching the show? Okay, that's why you're being.
I don't watch the show.
You gotta watch the show.
Let me ask now. Somebody that doesn't watch the show from the outside looking in, can I ask you why? Why do you feel like you don't really want to watch it?
Because he's a geek. That's why.
No, let him speak. Let him speak.
Because part of me wanted to watch the original before I went ahead and watched this new one. Because I love Tyler tries to get me to watch other things, and I'm just like, I really want to watch the originals before I head into this one. So, you know, I wanted to watch
him that he doesn't need to watch the originals.
Yeah,
with this you would have to, but I'm talking about other things.
Do you though? I don't think it's really a importance to watch the original show.
It's not, but you appreciate the show more.
I would say that.
Yeah,
you would definitely appreciate the show more.
I think certain things,
especially in the season 1 finale, you definitely appreciate it more.
Yeah, but I think he with this crazy thing, you've most likely seen most of the clips, like the father scene. You've seen all this stuff before.
I've seen a bunch of clips.
I might say you've seen the clips. You've definitely seen the father scene.
The only reason I say no is because I don't see anything for this show.
No, I'm talking about from the original show, Tyler. Not the
original show.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what he said. He said he
that.
wanted to watch the original. But I said I don't think you need to watch the original series to watch this. I don't think you need to.
No, not to understand it, but to appreciate it the way that it should be appreciated. You probably should go back.
I don't think I would have that same feeling.
Yeah, but I don't think this show is just for us that appreciate the original show.
Yeah.
It's not just about us. It's about getting people like Kevin to watch it. That's what the show is made for. Yeah, of course, for us it's nostalgia, but for someone who's never watched Fresh Prince, they should still be able to watch this show. It shouldn't be just about us.
But like I said, they can, but it won't be that same amount of appreciation as we have for it. It just won't be there because we have this connection to these characters that we grew up with, you know?
Right.
So, you know, it is kind of is what it is with it. I don't know. I hope it doesn't get canceled, but I could see it getting canceled because of low viewership.
I got to look at the numbers because one thing, it hasn't been reported like how many people have been watching the show. That's the one thing as well. We haven't seen anything about it because when the first season came out, it was talking about how many people were watching it, and this one is not getting any talk about it.
No.
You know,
I feel like half the people didn't even know it was coming back.
Yeah, we talked about that too. It was like Tyler had to remind us that it came on. I was like, oh shit, it did come on.
And then the other half of the people don't care.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know.
I mean, I thought this episode was great. Like I said, I loved all the Ashley stuff, the Mrs. Hughes stuff. I thought all that was great. The fact that Carlton is just balancing, trying to do the right thing, but also do what's right for his people as well. When it comes to his own skin color, it's like it's crazy because like he's trying to not be on his medication, but it's like, bro, you need to be on your medication.
You definitely during this time.
Yeah, you can't handle certain things like how you want to handle things. Like got too much on his plate. And I loved all that stuff. I thought all that stuff was great. And it's real life because people deal with this stuff in real life. That's why I really like this show. Of course, when you watch Fresh Prince, there's certain disbelief you have to take with that show as well. But this one feels like it's grounded in reality. So yeah. You guys got any more thoughts?
No, but the Little Mermaid trailer just dropped. I don't know if you want to react to it now.
Let me go ahead and pull it up. Yeah, let me go ahead and pull it up.
I saw the first shot of the trailer, by the way. The trailer leaked like 4 weeks ago.
So you saw the full trailer already?
It was in really shitty quality, so
let me see.
Already spoiling himself on the trailer.
Yeah, spoiling myself for a movie I'm not gonna go watch.
Okay.
In the theater anyway.
That's
Is it only a minute long?
We'll see.
Especially when we got AMC.
It's 2 minutes and 31 seconds. I'm not watching this movie in the theater, bro. I'm not joking with you.
All right, we got it on documentation. So when the day comes, we gotta go back to this.
Walt Disney Studios.
We gotta go back to this.
I'd understand if this was like Regal and you still have to pay for it, but we got AMC. That shit free.
You know what else is free? Me staying home. That's free too.
Okay, let me go to Disney's page because I am not seeing it.
You're gonna go see this movie with your parents anyway. So what are you telling this to me for? You know they're gonna drag you to go see this.
I already planned on watching it with them by myself. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I'm not. It must not be on YouTube yet because I do not see it.
It is on YouTube. That's what I'm.
I am on Walt Disney Studios YouTube channel right now.
Send them the link real quick.
And I am refreshing the page, and I'm on recently uploaded. The only last thing I see is Coming of Age on their YouTube.
Oh, look it up like officially because I see it too. But
yeah, they've been
Walt
doing
Disney
that.
Studios. It's on there.
Yeah,
like it's on the search bar when on the
just
results.
type in the Little Mermaid trailer.
I did. That's what I'm telling you. The only thing I see is a 30-second
the
spot,
link.
minute spot. What do you send it to me on?
Okay.
I'm on
Message.
here. I'm not gonna be able to see it on my laptop because if I'm trying to pull it up through StreamYard, it's not gonna let me do it that way. I gotta do it through the browser. So I can tell you right now, I really do not that I'm not doing that excited about this.
Let me try it. If I can't get it, then we'll just
go
to talking about Scream.
Yeah, because that's what I'm really excited to talk about. Let me see. Private chat. Okay, here we go. Oh,
Jesus.
That was loud. All right. Let's go.
Also, before we watch it, being that we're doing current things, it is full of shit that Jamie Lee Curtis won Best Supporting Actress.
For Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Full of shit.
Listen. Yes. She won, but it's okay because what's his face won from Everything Everywhere. I butchered the shit out of his name.
But it's full of shit that she won. Bullshit that he won. That's all I'm saying. That she won.
Listen, Pinocchio won Best Animated. I can't complain about that.
Pinocchio won Best Animated?
Yes. The Guillermo del Toro won.
Oh, I'm about to say.
AJ, where you at, bro?
I guess we about to react to this damn trailer, guys.
Let's go. Full screen that biatch. Let's go.
I'm not excited for this at all.
Fuck it. AJ!
Of course, AJ's going to take his sweet time so we can not talk about Scream. I'm ready to talk about Scream, buddy.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Are you ready? You guys ready to react to this fucking trailer? Damn, is the audio gonna be too loud? Is it gonna be echo? All right, let's go.
All from a single rock, bro. I can't believe it.
I like the visuals.
Looks good.
Oh yeah.
Looks really good.
I hate her hair, bro.
You broke the rules.
She got dreads.
The above world.
See nothing wrong with her hair.
Drowning.
Javier Bardem.
This obsession with humans has to stop.
I just want to know more about them. Ariel, don't!
I hate how bad
Child, I can help you.
I told you that was fun.
You can't live in that world unless you become a human yourself.
Is that even
It's
possible?
the first time I'm seeing Ursula.
That's what I live for.
That's the first time they showed it.
Oh, I thought we'd seen it. You got legs now.
Something about you seems different. I can't quite figure it out.
She got legs, you idiot.
Why you had to give him eyes though? What the fuck? Come on, what's with the eyes though, bro?
Something starting right now.
watching, you'll see. Someday I'll be part of your life.
He's a human. You're a mermaid.
That doesn't make us enemies.
You ain't gotta worry about the singing.
Yeah.
I'll say this: that trailer in the theater is gonna go hard.
It is.
If I ever see it in the trailer.
It is.
Even if you
my dad just texted me the same thing I was gonna say. Looks okay. I'll wait for Disney Plus.
Yeah. I mean, if my fiance wants to go see it, then I'll go see it. But you know,
it don't look bad.
The trailer looks good. My issue is that it's the same issue with
why it looks very dark.
Movies. It looks too realistic.
It looks really dark. Why is it so dark?
I like the way Atlantis looks, or wherever.
Yeah, me too.
I like that.
You can make something live action without having it look so realistic. That shit, especially Sebastian, bro. Oh my god,
yeah, they shouldn't have did that, bro. They shouldn't have did that. Like if anything, like, it's like why they wanted to make him look so real, but give him those big eyes. Why give him the big eyes like that?
Is the Pelican from the show, from the movie, the original?
Yeah.
Okay. See, who's voicing Awkwafina?
Aquafina, yeah.
That's different because it's not a female in the original.
Yeah, it's a male voice. Yeah.
But you know, they said let's get one of the most humanly possible annoying comedians to voice this stupid bird. She's very okay, but not in Shang-Chi. Wolf.
I didn't mind her in Shang-Chi.
John can't stand that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I thought the trailer was fine. I thought the trailer was fine.
The vocals from her sound great.
We ain't got to worry about that.
I don't think we have to worry about that.
It's just, my issue is everything in Atlantis looks so blah. Everything that's not in Atlantis, I mean, looks very blah. Like everything on the surface,
like
if you will. Yeah, it
like
looks
the beach scene looked pretty good to me.
I don't know, the scene where they were like running over to the beach and you saw like Scotland or whatever. It looked very bland.
That was kind of dope. I was like, yo, they're shooting on location.
Like I said, it don't look bad. It looks about as good as Aladdin did. Maybe a little bit more, because the second trailer for Aladdin, that was the one where I was like, yo, I'm seeing this shit day one.
Facts. Facts.
I don't remember that.
That first trailer was fire. That second trailer was fire.
This didn't do that for me, but you know, not a terrible trailer, you know, but it looks like every other one of these fucking things. You know,
wait for Disney.
I'm waiting for Disney Plus.
It's the same thing with Lion King, same thing with Pinocchio. The trailers are gonna look good because they're probably just like copy and paste of the original trailers, especially that Lion King one.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, when it comes out, we're gonna see Haley Bailey probably gonna be the only good thing about it. Same way that Will Smith was the only good thing about Aladdin. I haven't seen.
That's not true. Naomi Scott was very good.
Naomi Scott was really good as Jasmine. I like the guy who played. I like the main actor who played Aladdin. I thought he was fine as Aladdin.
I didn't like Jafar.
Yeah, Jafar was the worst. Jafar was the worst part of that movie for sure.
Aladdin was okay. The guy who played Aladdin was okay.
Yeah.
Naomi Scott to me was the best part. That wasn't Will Smith.
She was, and I don't know what they were doing with that one character. The
maid, the little handmaid. Yeah, the maid. Her second. Yeah,
who skipped Will Smith.
That was weird. Right? Yeah, that was weird. But yeah. If you guys watched the trailer,
well, I want one last thing. What do we think about Ursula and her look? It was real dark, so we couldn't.
Yeah. I mean,
that was on purpose.
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
It's cool, I guess.
When we get the third act, not assuming, we know it's gonna be the same thing as the original. It is going to look so bad. I can't wait.
Why you say that?
Bro, did you not see the way they did Aladdin with fucking Jafar becoming the genie and how bad that was?
I just don't. I've never seen Little Mermaid.
Oh, so okay. So basically,
you're gonna be watching it this year.
Okay, without spoilers, there's a lot of CGI. I mean, a lot.
Okay.
I mean, a lot.
You said it's going to be a lot of CGI.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's like a transformation going on.
Yes.
Or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if it's gonna be as bad as the ending of Aladdin when Jafar became the genie, oh my god,
a giant
giant Melissa McCarthy,
giant
bro.
Melissa McCarthy as Ursula. No, that's not gonna look good. That's not gonna look good at all.
But you know,
I can barely
hey,
handle her normal.
hey, it's okay, Disney. It's okay, Disney. Go make your $1 billion.
And watch this movie makes $1 billion.
So who would you take? You would take
It's only because of
Melissa
Haley
McCarthy or Aquafina? Which one would you take?
Like even Tyler knows, we're probably gonna go see.
Same.
I can guarantee you, Tyler, that Lincoln Square Theater at day one, bro, that shit gonna erupt.
You're right.
For that movie.
You're right. I experienced it both
Or
with
just
Lion
Haley
King
Bailey.
and Aladdin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same. I was in the IMAX and everybody showed out for Aladdin.
Yeah. For
All
sure.
those seats were filled.
So yeah. If you guys got any more thoughts, if you guys seen the trailer, let me know in the comment section below. Obviously, I think they played it during the Oscars. If you guys are watching the Oscars right now, let me know how that's going. Any controversy, anybody getting slapped on stage, let me know.
Yo.
So, yeah. Let's go ahead and move on to our main topic of the day. The big one, Scream 6, baby. Scream 6 spoiler review. Now, before we go into spoilers, I need to hear thoughts. We're going to start with Kevin, since he's the newest member of the team. Go ahead, Kevin. Let me get your thoughts on Scream 6. And I know you're probably the least one that likes the least out of us, too, so that's why you're going first.
Yeah. I liked it a lot better than last year's. But it's not in the way that it's like so drastically better that I know Tyler's probably going to put it out there. My issue with Scream 5 and the same issue with Scream 6 is I didn't feel anything coming in and out of the movie. I came into this movie having the same feelings as I came out of the movie. It was good. I liked it a lot better. I think because it took itself a lot more seriously than Scream 5. Scream 5 was just a bunch of obnoxious nonsense. But Scream 6 kind of took itself a little bit more seriously.
Perfect way to describe that movie. Obnoxious nonsense.
But you know, other than little things here and there that we'll probably discuss later, I liked it, but I was kind of like, you know, it kept me stable throughout the movie, so I liked it, but I didn't love it or anything like that. So,
AJ,
without getting into spoilers, first off, I want to say, I love Scream 5. Contrary to some other folks in this chat, it's okay. And
what's your score
for Scream 5?
Yeah,
4.5, man. I love that movie. I love that movie. I rewatch it often. I rewatch it often. But getting into Scream 6, I had some expectations going into this one. There were some characters that were going to be brought back that I had some, expectations for. It's like they need to, hit the nail on the head with these. I don't know if I felt that that particular way. But everything else, I really enjoyed the ghost face before, everything was revealed. The ghost face here was great. The story was piggybacking off of Scream 5, and a lot of that stuff I loved. The bond between different characters and, the core four, I dug that
core
stuff.
four.
The emotional beats, I think it worked very well. The pacing was a little, I didn't love the pacing as much as 5. But it was decent. It was good. And the third act was a little lackluster for me. But other than that, very solid installment into the Scream franchise. And I'm ready to get into the details, to the nitty gritty.
But you gave it a 4 out of 5?
I gave it a 4 out of 5. Not very much different than the fifth one.
Kevin, what you give it, a 3.5?
4, because
you gave it
like
a 4.
I, said, I still
Go ahead, Tyler.
Look at my screen cup, man. I love it.
Yeah,
I love
nice.
it.
Nice.
It's awesome. I love
Bitch,
it.
I just ran out when I was there.
Particular.
I got one question to ask that nobody's gonna have the answer to, but I got one question to ask.
All right.
Where was this last year? That's all I really want to know.
AJ would say it was there, so I don't know. I don't know what you mean.
Where was this movie last year? When this movie was coming out, and I put this, when 5 was coming out, and I put it on my most anticipated list. When I walked in, this is the movie that I wanted. I'm really tired of these horror franchises. This is becoming a thing now. Halloween 2018 did it, and now we're doing it with Scream, where it's, the first movie plays it safe. We bring back our legacy characters and all that. And then the second movie is when we start giving a shit. You know, Halloween Kills is a cartoon.
Halloween
but,
Kills, yeah.
You know, regardless.
Games to kill.
I love this movie. I've seen it twice now. I saw it Thursday night which, by the way, not that anyone is, but if you are from NYC and you were in that theater, thank you, because that was one of the greatest theater experiences I've ever had in my life. It was like Avengers Endgame in that bitch. We were turning up. It was awesome.
Nice.
So thank you for that. That was a great time. But I saw it Thursday and I saw it yesterday with Kevin. This movie did everything I wanted it to, almost. This movie did 95% of the things I wanted it to. This movie blew the last one to me out of the, forget the water, out of the fucking universe, to be honest. You know, the last one, I kind of come around to it, you know, it's very fine to me. I can watch it and not hate myself. I still have a lot of issues with it. This one to me is just a lot better. You know, I thought the kills, while just being stabs again, were fine. We're good. Ghostface might be the best Ghostface we've seen. Fucking awesome. I loved all the character work. The reveal I thought was really cool. And the third act was awesome. And it had two great
deaths,
payoffs to a third act of Scream I've ever seen. That will both be probably top 5 kills in the franchise. Easy.
I really don't know what you're talking about.
We'll get to it.
But I love this movie. I did. I've seen it twice and my score didn't change either time. I love this movie. I do. And
yeah, I
can't wait to watch it again on 4K.
Facts.
Hell, I might go see it again if someone says, "Yeah, let's go see it." I'll go see it again.
Yeah. I don't know if Ken put up a post saying the Steelbook is up for pre-order, and I'm still not seeing it. So
no release date.
I don't see it at all. I don't see it.
Oh.
All I get is the slipcover, and you know, I get all the other Scream Steelbooks. I'm not seeing the Scream 6 Steelbook unless they finally updated it. But I've been checking when he posted. I've been searching it, and I have not seen it. So let's see. Look, Scream. Yeah, I even typed Scream 6 Steelbook. It's not on there. So I don't know what the deal is. It says up pre-order. Maybe you got to go to Blu-ray.com to do it, I guess. But I'm not going through all that. I'm not going to Blu-ray.com to pre-order anything.
I only see Creed. That's it. Which is $36, by the way. It's fucking ridiculous.
So,
yeah, I think that's how good now.
I agree with what everything Tyler said. After watching it a second time, at first I had it at a 4. And I'm like, no, I gotta give it a 4.5. Well, I can't give it a full 5 because of my nitpicks with the third act and the reveal. Clearly, we'll get to that towards the end. But I love this movie as well. I love the character dynamics. I love everything that Sam is going through in this movie. Everything Tara's going through. I love Chad and Mindy. I love them as characters, man. I really do. I don't care. Nobody say. I've seen people complain about the scene where they go over, you know, what rules they're in. I love all that stuff. And maybe because I am a film fan, they're talking about movie shit. Maybe that's why I love that scene.
This is a franchise.
I loved all that because it's like, bro, like they know they're in a movie and they're just explaining like, bro, we're in a movie right now. So we got to think movie logic, guys.
So
like, I love all that. But
we're not going to go beat for beat. But
you don't want to go beat for beat?
But I do want to start. I do want to start with the opening scene, though.
Yeah,
So-
that's what I'm saying. We might as well go beat for beat. 'Cause the opening was like,
no.
So we start with first of all, my audience
Samar.
clapped at the Paramount logo.
nice. That's awesome.
They was ready.
We were ready,
They was
bro.
ready.
So we start with I called, by the way.
I love the score of the opening with the Paramount logo. And with the
I
ring
called
and
it, by the
phone
way,
and
that
string
Samara
and
Weaving
stuff.
was going to be the first kill. I was looking at the poster. I was like,
She's not on the
Samara
poster for
Weaving.
one.
Yes, she is.
She has.
I mean,
she
barely.
is on the poster, and she has a character poster.
Oh, she has a character poster?
Yes.
They really gave her all that stuff. Come on. Well,
Yeah,
they
don't want you to know.
They Drew Barrymore, basically.
Yeah, they don't want you to know.
So
You know,
we start, and it's a dating app, essentially. Like, it's a blind date. And I was like, oh, that's new. I really liked this. It was, the meta stuff in this was really funny. I liked how she was like, oh yeah, I'm a film professor. I teach on like 80s or 90s slashers or some shit. She was like, and the person being Ghostface was like, oh, so all the rules, don't go outside, lock your doors, don't answer the phone. She was like, yeah, of course. I was like, you fucking idiot. So essentially, it was a bunch of banter. Oh yeah, they make a fucking joke about Letterboxd, which was hilarious.
that was funny.
And kudos to my crowd, because I was not the only one that laughed at that joke.
Yeah.
So I know that I'm not the only geek in New York with a Letterboxd account.
I felt like I was the only one because I laughed at that joke and no one else laughs. No one else. I'm like, oh, they mentioned that. Like that's pretty nice.
Stacy nudged me. She was like, Letterboxd.
Yeah, they know. I love that they know. Like the writers are pretty smart with that stuff.
We got some banter back and forth. And eventually he gets her outside. I'm like, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, she just keep reeling it in like an idiot.
Yep,
so eventually he gets her into this alley, and normal Ghostface dialogue, and we get a false jump scare, which is Scream stuff at this point, and then he comes out of the fucking alley and stabs the fuck out of her. I love the line, now I'm seeing red. Blah!
Stab the fuck out of her, bro.
I was expecting her fucking head to be like cut a little bit or something, but based off of the way he did that, but it was just normal. I was like, oh, okay.
They psyched us out. That's
and
a false intro.
And not even that, he the fucking guy took the mask off, and my mom was like, she was like, wait, what? I'm like,
yeah. I was like, yo, this is different.
I say he's not the killer because there's no way he's gonna do that automatically. But I was like, that's a nice little flip.
So Flash Thompson was a Ghostface killer.
Thompson, right? Bro. Yeah.
What a mustache!
Surprised me too.
This man is in so much stuff though. Like I seen him pop up in so many movies lately.
So he gets back to the house and he's calling his partner Greg, and he's like, like I panicked, I had to practice or whatever. So what happens in the movie is that essentially these two were working with Richie to make their movie. And I guess we're connecting this to the ending. I'm gonna assume this was the cop that killed him here, right? Or it might have been.
I think it either was the cop or it was the brother.
Ethan.
It was either one of them that did it. It wasn't the sister.
Because this girl was at home.
I don't even know if the cop was wearing the mask though. I think he was just kind of behind the scenes. There
was one scene that I think he was, and we'll talk about it. But I
think there was one too. He has at the end of the movie he has a mask in his jacket, like when he pulls it out. So
I wish we saw him in the mask, all three of them in the mask. I really would.
I wish we would have had that. We've never seen three Ghostface in the costume.
Exactly.
That would have been awesome.
Don't worry. The next movie, the way we got two of them going like this, we're gonna get three of them going like this.
I'm ready. I'm ready for that.
It's gonna be four.
I'm ready for that.
So we got another Ghostface call where they played hot and cold, and I love that.
That was awesome.
I love that he was saying, "Oh, you're hot," and he was going to the fridge. I was like, "That's hilarious." And he goes to the fridge, and Greg is fucking destroyed,
obliterated.
And Ghostface comes out, and he obliterates Flash Thompson. He goes, "We gotta finish the movie." He goes, "Nobody gives a fuck about the movie."
Movies.
Bang! Title
Title
card.
card. That's what Debbie say. Title card.
That was cool.
I thought this opening was awesome. Like,
it's my second favorite opening of the Scream franchise.
Awesome. Like we get Spring, we see Tara before all this too. We see her,
that was cool too.
Opening.
I was like, oh,
like I thought all this was dope. The misleading, the hot and cold, all this stuff.
I will say this: it's
awesome.
Probably the most creative one, but I might like the opening to 5 a little bit more. I don't know.
Yeah,
I like the the opening to 5 a lot. So another thing I wanted to talk about, I really want to talk about the third act. I do, because that's the make or break.
We'll get there.
Get to the third act.
We'll get there.
You got to talk about some of the scenes first.
So the one thing I was interested in.
Go ahead, Kevin. No. Kevin wanted to say something.
Since we're going to talk about the middles and all of that, one thing I did have issue with this movie is that they made it an emphasis when they found out, oh, we're back to more Ghostface killings, and we start following the rules of now a prequel franchise or just a franchise in general. That legacy characters, nobody cares about you.
You're expendable.
You could die for all you care. Even the main character is expendable. So I really enjoyed that, but then they did nothing with it. They explained the fact that all these characters, if you're a legacy character, you can die. If you're part of a main character, you could die too. There could be subversion to all how everyone could die, maybe. And
I think
Kevin,
with that,
movies have been doing that since the 90s, bro.
I understand where you're coming from, though, Kevin.
That's true, though.
Because they want to throw you off.
They explained that in Scream 3. They said that in Scream 3 as well.
Yeah,
Randy said that too.
Any way they can, they will try to throw you off. And this might even be speaking on the next installment of the films. We don't know.
It's more of the story to trick you, like, oh, who is next to die? That's all it is.
I think
you want to think anybody could.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think my bigger issue was just the fact that two characters should have died because their deaths
no. We will talk about that. We will talk about
I think that's where my issue lied. It's not the fact that nobody died. It's just the fact that they should have died.
Yeah. But
it's how they survived.
Yeah, for sure.
So I guess we'll jump to the big thing that was going on in this movie is that Sam doesn't want to let go of Tara. And this scene was good, but it just came off as Jenna Ortega barking like a little a puppy. If you
it's not because I see it's funny because I see my stepdaughter saying this same conversation. Like what she said, I felt it because she's a teenage girl that just really want to live her life.
It is relatable. You're right.
She don't want to deal with the drama that is coming, that is in the background. She just want to move forward. And I felt all that shit. I'm like,
ignore what happened.
Ignore all the bullshit and just keep moving forward. That's what
Sam kind of wants to stay in the past.
Yeah.
So they kind of
I don't think she want to stay in the past. She just don't want to. She don't want it to catch up with him and deal with, the trauma. She want to just get rid of the trauma the right way, going to therapy. She's not going to therapy. She just saying, fuck it. Sometimes people say you can deal with your drama in your own way, but at the end of the day, you need to talk to somebody. You can't just hold it in.
I'm curious. Did anyone else find the therapist scene hilarious? Because me and my theater were dying.
Who is I recognize that actor, and what is
Mission Impossible?
There you go. I'm about to say, I knew I recognized him from something. He's the guy from the beginning, right? And he's going to be in 7 as well. But I knew I recognized him. Like, he looks so familiar. But I thought the scene was hilarious because at the end of the day, all the stuff it's confidential. Like, regardless of you saying you should report it, it's like,
he was in Ready or Not too. He's the dad and the granddad in Ready or Not.
I forgot about that. But when he says, "Oh, I should report," it's like, bro, she's confiding in you. Like, at the end of the day, like you want her to give you details. When she give you details,
he wasn't expecting that. He wasn't expecting that though. That was a lot.
You're a therapist, bro. Come on, son. You got to be ready for everything.
Me and my theater was cracking up, bro. We were dying. Well, he was like, "Oh." Oh, I was dying.
You scared, bro? Goodness, you scared?
I want to talk about. What did I want to talk about? What's the first death in the movie? That's not the opening.
So,
the Ghostface in the house with Quinn and
is it
the love interest? I believe so.
Therapist.
that's not the first
Therapist.
The therapist
But
is the next death.
We talked about
No,
that, right?
because we get this. Do we not get the scene in the store? No. Yeah, we get the scene in the store, right?
We got the
They
chase
go-
scene in the store.
they go to the party and then they come back.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's talk about that. How did you guys feel about the romance with Jenna Ortega or Tara and Chad?
I kind of liked it.
I really like it.
It was good.
I kinda like that.
I do. I mean,
I did not see it in the first movie, but
well, because he was with
Oh,
somebody
it's
else
good,
in the fifth movie. He was with
Yeah.
somebody else. He was with the girl that got shot in the head. But
it was so good.
I hate when movies and shows do this where they bother the kids and somebody walk in the fucking door. Like you could see it coming a mile away. I was watching something else and it happened. I said, like, what the fuck? Why do shows and movies do that? Oh, fucking Bel-Air did that with Carlton and the girl. Like they was about the kids and Hillary walks in. It's like, it's a fucking
movie
cliche.
trope.
Like, what
Yeah,
the
it's a
fuck?
cliche trope. It is.
It's like, goddamn. But I liked all that stuff. I did,
Alex just want people to get it in, man.
I do, man.
just-
It's all about love. And I want love all around. Fuck all the violence. I want love all together.
Oh, okay, I got it now. So after all this happens, then they get they see it on the news that these guys were murdered, and then
The cop calls.
the cop calls and goes, "Oh, come to the stage," and then we get the bodega scene. Okay,
Right.
so did you guys get spooked by this scene where he jumped out of the bushes or whatever and
Yes.
attacked them? I was like, "Oh!"
I was
I did
not
not
expecting
expect him
that.
to be right there,
I
though.
wasn't expecting
Right there.
Fucking
Yeah.
Tara came out swinging. Boom!
Yo, shout out to Tara with the hits, the kicks. I mean, she did it in Scream 5 too. Cause I ain't gonna lie, she punched the fuck out of Ghostface in the beginning of the scene too in 5.
She did.
But she's out here swinging like she
She's
must be
swinging.
doing something. But
Yeah.
yo, like I love this whole bodega scene. I did. I
So-
hate people saying
I
it's a
wanted
gas
more of
station.
that.
I want to keep saying it's not a gas
I
station.
will.
It's a fucking
Bodega,
bodega.
bro.
I want to say this
Corner
about the
store.
bodega scene. Whoever edited the trailer for Scream 6
Yo.
needs to be fucking fired.
Yo,
They had us thinking that
He was-
Ghostface had superpowers, and as stupid as it was, I was excited about that.
no, I wasn't. Tyler said we
I
did not
knew-
want to go. We did
I
not want to
knew
go
that
supernatural.
wasn't-
I did
I
not want
knew
that.
that wasn't happening.
I knew it was a
he
camera.
ducked.
As soon
No,
as
no,
as
like-
soon as they made it, as soon as they showed that he legitimately ducked, I said, "Oh, thank God."
Yeah, I said that when I watched the trailer. I was like, it's edited that way.
Yeah,
Like,
I
come
said it
on.
too. I
Oh,
said
why
it
they
too.
edited it that way? Like, it's not cool. It's just
I feel like you
it's
can edit it so
stupid.
many. I feel like you can edit it so many other ways other than just making him look like he had superpowers.
But, I mean, we know
I
he's
was
not,
just like,
we know he's not gonna
bro.
get shot. We know he's not gonna get shot by a shotgun. So just show him duck. Like,
Yeah.
This is the one scene that I think it was the cop as Ghostface because
No, in the bodega.
the daughter was in the house. I mean, it could have been Ethan.
It's Ethan.
No, Ethan.
That was Ethan, bro.
No, Ethan was in the house too because they had all come back from the party.
I thought he
Ethan-
said that
Ethan
No,
wasn't
he's-
there.
Ethan
He
wasn't there
was.
because he said he had like
He wasn't.
a exam or something.
Yeah, he wasn't there. He wasn't
said-
there because they go back and that's
The
when
reason- the reason-
attack
That's
happened.
That's who the Ghostface is at the house.
The reason
the
I say that it's the cop in the bodega is because he's using the gun, and I feel like he would be the only one to know how to use a gun like that. The way
No,
he was.
I can see the dad
Mm.
teaching his son how to use a gun. He's a cop.
Yeah, they were all in it together. I don't
Yeah.
think the cop wore the mask. I think he was he had the
Maybe
strings.
the therapist killed because the therapist killed. He didn't have to do anything.
Yeah,
he just had to
I-
fucking stab him and then steal the file.
I think he did do the therapist kill. I could see that because the way I don't know, but they made Ghostface always overpowered in certain things because he like literally busts through the doors, banging his face in. Like that's something a
Yeah.
grown man would do, not a fucking teenager or whatever. But
So how do we feel about him leaving the masks or them leaving the masks on?
It's a decent touch.
thought it was dope.
That was surprising to me.
It's-
I was like, oh,
But
it's interesting.
my issue with that is
It sucks for people who haven't seen any other movies.
True.
My issue
Yo,
with
they
that
really did
is-
spoil every movie.
Like like it sucks if you haven't seen the other movies because they spoiled all the killers, guys.
Oh,
They spoiled all of them for you.
and I know people that this was their first one too, for whatever reason.
Sorry.
Oh,
It's not about the reveal; it's about the journey.
Sorry, guys.
It's about the friends we made along the way.
I know this is a spoiler review, but if you guys have not seen any of the Screams, don't watch this
Watch
movie. Watch from the
A
beginning,
little too
guys.
late now. Kevin, what you saying?
You said
I
you got issues
really,
with this.
my only issue with it, and it kind of delves into a bigger issue. I don't know if this was just made it that way, where it's just like, oh yeah, they're just making fun of this fact. But I'm just like, you're gonna drop all these masks with DNAs of all the past killers, and then do absolutely nothing with it. And then at the end they're just, oh yeah, they're Easter eggs. I don't know.
Well,
That's what it's supposed to be. It's not. It wasn't supposed to.
I know. I don't know if it was supposed to be that way, but for me, it's just like
it is supposed to be. Why do you want them to do so much crazy shit? Like
it's not.
That's what
I don't
it's
think it
supposed
was-
to be.
I don't think it was
Easter egg.
only
I don't know,
an Easter egg. I think it was also supposed to be this entire like the whole thing is franchise.
It's a celebration.
So,
of the
celebration
franchise.
franchise.
I
That's
get
why they
that.
had the whole shrine. That's why they
Yeah.
had all the props, all the
Props, yeah.
drawings
It just felt
of
weird.
all the movies.
I don't know.
What do you want them to do? Have fucking Stumacher's head in a refrigerator? Like,
Well, they had the TV. They had the TV.
Did we skip the
When
Kirby
we-
reveal? Did we
No,
skip that?
No,
Did it happen yet?
when we get to the reveal, I'll talk more about my issues with that. But that's just my little gripe with it. But
so Kirby is
So
back.
it happens after this, right? This
Yeah.
Kirby gets revealed after this, right? I like her in this movie, but I felt like she wasn't utilized. I guess I can say. I mean, she was more like just.
It's not about her though. I wasn't.
It's
mad
not about her too. It's not about her too, but she was just like, we have to get the cameos in, so go ahead and bring her in.
I feel like with this, with Kirby being
I
here,
didn't feel that.
it
way.
felt the same as Sydney being in 5 because she was just there because she has a special interest in Ghostface killings.
No,
Can you
bro.
tell me another reason why she's there?
I mean, that is the reason.
That's why Neve Campbell was there. That's why Sydney was there.
No, Nev Campbell was there because of Dewey and Gail. That's really why she was there. It wasn't because she saw it on the news that Ghostface was there, and then she was like, "Oh, let me go."
Dewey called her up and was like, "Hey, Ghostface is back." She said, "I'm there."
Yeah, because of Dewey though. She didn't see it on the news and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to
I think it
Woodsboro."
was like that.
It doesn't matter. She's there because of the Ghostface killings. So that's why it's the same thing.
And
So,
she's in because Kirby's in the whole movie. Sydney's not in the whole movie. She shows up in parts of the last movie, and then she shows up for the third act. Kirby's in the whole movie essentially, and she's actually doing things.
Okay. I disagree, but Kirby was there. She was fine, but it was very loosely, it didn't really she didn't have to be there. She wasn't essential to the story. She wasn't. I like seeing her though. It was cool.
Yeah, she looks really good too.
Apparently she's working for the FBI now, which I was like, okay.
I love that Gail was just on her like, you're a kid. What the fuck they let children come into the FBI? I'm like, she's like, I'm 30. I'm like, I'm 32.
Speaking of Gail,
I'm 30 as well. Yeah, that's another one that couldn't have been. She shouldn't have been in this movie.
She shouldn't have
She
been
shouldn't have been in this movie. Like, why is she here?
Kirby
gotta have
made
another
more
legacy
sense to be
character.
there than Gail.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I personally I like the handleization of the legacy characters in this movie more than the last one. I felt like not Gail, but I feel like they served more purposes to me than the other one. I feel like Kirby was kind of like Dewey in the last one.
Yeah.
Dewey served the purpose. The other two,
Yeah.
But Dewey, I like Dewey in the last one because he was actually doing things.
Yeah. I mean, if I had to take one out, I wouldn't take Kirby. I'll take Gail out. Gail wouldn't be in this movie. I'll keep Kirby for sure.
Take her out, but not taking her out the movie. Taking her out of life. But
Yeah, we'll get to that though. Go ahead.
I feel like Gail was just there for shits and giggles.
For sure.
It was pretty
She
funny
got punched,
when
so that
she
was
dodged the first punch.
yeah.
And then she was like, "All right, I know how to handle shit. And
Doof!
Go Tara again with that right hook.
That was
Gail knows she got away.
Hilarious.
It's like it's two of them. It's not just one Sydney. It's two Sydneys. It's not just one.
I won't be surprised if the next one she just dodges two punches in a row.
I love the line. She says it again, like, "Oh, someone was gonna write about it." Like it kind of calls back to the second movie. But also, I love that Tara calls her out and says, "This the only thing that keeps you relevant."
Yeah, that's the only reason why I can accept that Gail went back and did what she did, because that was completely idiotic to me. That they are like, "Oh, I'm not gonna write these books anymore. I'm not gonna cover these stories anymore," and now she's right back doing the same thing. Like,
she showed
what's
up
your
right
arc?
in the
What's your arc?
Yeah.
What's your arc? You don't have an arc. Like it just canceled out everything that you just said. So, like the fact that she can't really live without having this shine, this fame, like that kind of makes sense.
I like that.
I think we got the therapist kill after this, and I thought it was fucking hilarious. And I like that my audience caught on to it. I forgot what he was watching. He was watching something.
I thought he was watching Night of the Living Dead, but it's not that.
It's not Night of the Living Dead. He's watching something, and the dialogue that comes out of the TV is "You're next."
I'm like, I said that. He's about to die.
And my theater died of laughter,
He's
bro.
dead.
Bro, I sat in the theater full of horror.
I gotta figure out what the fuck he's watching. Oh, we didn't call earlier. The guy was watching Jason Takes Manhattan in his dorm room. I'm like,
that's Jason Takes Manhattan.
I mean, nobody else thought that was funny. I laughed first time. I thought that was funny.
I did. I definitely said something in the theater. Like, oh, look, this Jason Takes Manhattan.
This kill was fine. It was violent. I'll say that. This poor old man got it big time.
Stabbed in the nose, near the nose.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about Tara got a little boot thing. I mean, Sam got a little boot.
Oh yeah, the guy that lives in the other side of the building. I thought he was okay.
Talk about vanilla.
Talk about irrelevant.
I thought he was okay.
Man, is bland vanilla flavored.
If they would have taken him out of the movie,
it doesn't change.
Make any difference.
Other than one scene.
Other than the scene with the ladder, but that's
the scene we're at now. But I didn't mention him because I didn't give a shit about talking about him. He's fucking worthless.
I forgot to talk about him in my review.
I did too. That's why I was gonna bring him up here, because I feel like some of the stuff. It's not saying it's not spoilery, but like he's a suspect because he's the love interest.
So before we talk about probably the best scene in the movie, how do we feel about the side characters? The new side characters. Anyway.
I said it in my review. Some of them they're red shirts. Obviously, I mean, Mindy's girlfriend. You don't really know that, but
don't even know her name.
You get one scene where her trying to stop Tara from going up to the
Annika.
You get one scene with her trying to stop Tara from getting up. Up the stairs, and that's it. And that's really the only new character, because Ethan, like I say, he's another generic nerd. Generic nerd. I love that Mindy calls it out, like, oh, we got the generic nerd, we got the slutty whore, we got the new love interest.
Oh yeah,
like, she says, oh, check to all the new, red shirts or whatever.
I wanna jump to the end real quick, not talking about the third act, but Mindy says that she didn't call Ghostface. But she did in that scene. She pointed those two out directly first.
No, she was talking about
the
last movie.
All three of them.
She was talking about the last movie. She wasn't talking about this. Are you talking about when she was about that?
No,
she
at the very end.
She was accusing everybody.
Oh, she was accusing everybody, though.
No, right. But the first two she said were the two that were the killers. That were not the cop.
Right.
And I remember watching it the second time. I was like, Jesus Christ. Talk about being on the nose.
Yeah. And then I know she said she missed the monologue. So I missed the monologue again. Missed the monologue again. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Okay. Thank you, Wonder Twin. Thank you, Wonder Twin.
But yeah, I was like, damn, okay. So we get this scene in the house. Top 5 of the franchise, easy. This scene, I thought this was fantastic.
I mean, the fact that Ghostface was there, they're all having a good time. Like, oh, they're fine. We all should live together. We're safety in numbers. Core 4. I love that they call it. I was like, you can't just give yourself a nickname, Doug. It's like, oh, I did. Because I'm cool like that. I love Chad. Chad is this. He's so. I love how positive he is, but that
especially in this movie.
Like,
last movie,
yeah, I feel like this movie.
This movie, he definitely.
My man's got character CPR, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree.
But yeah.
So we get this scene that's probably easy top 5. I'll say that it's probably the most intense of the entire franchise.
Yes.
So
even more than the train.
No, I think this scene is more intense than the train scene. I mean, for one, the way it starts, you got Ghostface in the room with Quinn, and the dude see Ghostface, the boyfriend, like, hey, you see Ghostface trying to get their attention. He gets out the way. And I don't know how they get the ding. How did everyone get the ding? Did he like group message?
He sent it to all of them. Which
how did he do that?
That's a logic gap.
That's why I said, was it on Twitter? Because I feel like that was a Twitter thing. Like they all got mentioned in Twitter.
The first thing I thought nobody's gonna get, I thought a Pretty Little Liars. Shit, the fucking all their phones went off. I was like, somebody saw Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah, I was like, that was weird. Because I'm like, how did everyone get the message that Ghostface is there? So we get that, and they all sitting there like, oh, what the fuck is going on? And the first thing
Minnie
said
having
is
sex in the room. Which that scene was hilarious in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck is Paul?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
You coming back?
And so Ghostface throws Quinn's body out of the room, and
for
one, when Minnie gets sliced in the arm, first thing I said is she's not dying here because she got to be on the train. We haven't gotten the train yet. That's the one thing I hate about watching trailers. But then when she gets into the room and she stands by the door, I'm like, no, maybe they might not. Maybe that's not a scene. Maybe
I thought she was gonna get stabbed.
I'm like, she gonna get stabbed through the door. Like,
I was not thinking, bro. I was hooked, bro. I was not thinking about no trailers. I was just in the scene, bro. I was like, yo, she better die.
Same, yo. That whole scene is intense. Cause then Attica gets just stabbed in the gut, and he turns the blade like. Oh my God.
I guess we should start talking about this now. Dude, the plot armor in this. Now, granted, she dies in this scene. So
not by the stab.
Not by the stab.
Which
everyone survives gut wounds.
She wouldn't have been able to get on that ladder.
What?
No.
What in the
That's
fuck?
why it was so weird that she still got on the ladder. Because I'm like, bro, Mindy even called. She's losing a lot of blood. It's like, yeah, she shouldn't be able to get back up. Like, there's no way.
She shouldn't be conscious.
What?
Right. She should have passed out. She should have passed out.
What the fuck was with the plot armor in this movie, bro?
I don't know.
Dude, I swear to Jesus, with the plot armor that these people had in this movie, Randy and Scream 2 could have survived.
That's
okay.
another reason why. That's another reason why.
Facts.
That's another reason why I couldn't give it a full 5 because of that reason. That's another one of my nitpicks.
He fucking.
I couldn't say it in the right review, but
he stabbed the shit out of Annika. I said, "Yo, she's toast."
She's DUD,
and she was over here just moving around. Now she wasn't doing much, but she was like, "Oh my God, I'm dying! I'm not like, bro, you are dead. You're dead. Bro.
You are dead like 2 minutes ago.
You are DUD."
You know, and we get this great scene where he throws the ladder across, and I wish they didn't show this in the trailer, but they got to crawl across the windows.
I'm glad I didn't see because you said it showed it in. Was this in the Super Bowl trailer or something like that?
It was in the second one.
See, I didn't watch that second trailer. I didn't watch the second trailer. So when this scene happened, I was so tensed up because I'm like,
I was so tensed up.
I don't like heights all like that, especially in that type of moment, because that's pretty terrifying. Like that ladder do not look like it's sturdy enough.
This scene was so intense. You know, I thought more about my negatives the second time than the first time. So the first time when Annika was calling, I was like, oh, she's gonna make it. She's gonna make it. She's gonna make it. And fucking when he flipped that ladder and she fell, I said, oh.
Yeah, he kept messing with
he was shaking it.
And I was like, oh, every time he did it.
He was like, shit, this bitch is heavy. Fall over, bro. that was a great fucking scene. I like how he just got a blast right after.
Yeah. The fact that he do a little do like a what's up and just walk away, like, man, this nigga Ghostface is ruthless, bro. The death scene is pretty good. She smack her head on the dumpster, like, man, bro. Goodness gracious.
Yeah,
all my whole theater was like, ooh, we all literally grunted like that. Like, ooh, that was pretty gnarly. But yeah, man. I expect their head to explode or something, but no.
This is a Scream print.
This is Scream movie.
This is not gonna happen.
Her head to be come apart like.
So I think after this is when we get that scene in the park, right? where
So the next scene afterwards, they're all getting patched up. Ethan walks up, and Chad is like, "Where the fuck were you at?" Like, and then I love that Minnie was like, "Step the fuck back. You're the top of my now." And she called it. She called it on the nose. Like, bro, you're fucking Ghostface. I don't care. Nobody say you're him. And she was right. She was right.
Yeah, I think this is when we get the scene in the park because then oh no, they show her this. They show them the shrine. They show them the shrine.
Yeah.
And Gail's gotta be some kind of freaking private investigator, bro.
Yeah.
How did she get a whole key card to access it?
Yo,
that was the biggest plot hole.
I'm like, how did she get access?
That's the biggest plot hole.
To find like some secret entrance or something like that. But a whole key card in there? I'm just like,
to me, that's a callback to 3 because remember she couldn't get into the one room and the actress who was playing Gail Weathers had a card. So she probably made it away. Like, if I'm going to need to get through a door, I'm gonna find a way to get in this bitch. So maybe she got like a machine or something.
That's a pretty big reach, bro.
Maybe she got.
Yeah.
Maybe she got something to make fake cards to get indoors. I don't know.
I don't know about that.
So we got Mr. Billy Loomis back again, and I'll say this: I liked this more than in the last movie.
I think it was handled better here.
Not that much.
It wasn't. It wasn't in it as he wasn't in it as much. He was only in that reflection of that one case. So
I liked how he was like, "Come on, bro, just take the knife and fucking clean this room. Let's go, bro."
Right.
I thought that was funny. I thought it was corny when she had her hand up on the glass and Tara was like, "What are you doing?" Yeah. I was like, "Really, dude?"
What are you guys' thoughts on the shrine itself? I thought it was dope. It looked like something that would really exist. Like it's like a museum.
I would love to go there.
Like it looked like a museum.
Like a great screen museum.
Tyler would have a fucking blast in that.
Hell yeah, bro. I put my head in the TV and everything, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That would be like a phenomenal like mini shit.
Exhibit.
Like a mini museum, like a little
pop-up
attraction in there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just bring it around the country, a little pop-up exhibit. A lot of fans can go check it out. It looks
that'd be dope.
So the next scene is the park scene, and I like this scene. This scene is more fun watching it, knowing the killers because you know who's doing it at the time. Because the cop was in with Sam and Tara, and then Ethan was in the van. So you know it was Quinn, and I was like, I like that. That's cool, and that's why I like the reveal that Quinn was one of the killers. Yeah, and we'll talk about that.
Yeah, it makes sense that it's got to be 3 of them, not 2.
I like that a lot. So we get this. We saw a lot of this in the trailer where Ghostface is going after Gail. Man, anyone that gets close to Gail Weathers, huh? DUD.
He was a
character. And it didn't help that he was black either, bro.
He was black.
yeah, double against him.
Yo, I love that the Ghostface called him. I was like, the muscles ain't do shit. I was able to kill him like it was nothing.
And she was like,
she said like, yeah, right. Yeah, you're right. Shit.
So I like this scene, but it probably has one of the dumbest moments in the whole movie with Gail. So this whole chase scene is cool. I like Ghostface going after him. My man's was beelining it through that apartment. I was like, damn.
Like flew a little bit, like soared.
He said, wee!
He even did the sound effect too. Like,
yes. So she gets in the room. She's got a gun and she shoots the door. And we get the line, yes, it was edited for the trailer. So I am going to shoot you in the fucking head. Yeah. So Cody Leach pointed this out and I said, man, you're right. She's a fucking idiot. So she locks herself in. I don't know if she locked the door. I'm pretty sure she locked the door.
Mm-hmm.
She locks herself in this room. It's a room where there's only one door.
Right.
One door. And you are facing it with a gun pointed to said door.
Just stay there.
And she goes outside.
Yeah, just stay in the room. Like, why not? Why are you so keen on trying to kill him?
You're trying to kill Ghostface.
You're there. You're safe. You have enough bullets. Just
all she had to do was the Scream 2 thing. She stood in the room until he left.
Yeah, right.
Fucking white people, bro. I swear to God, bro. Like, why? Like, bro, you're mad old and you got shit to do in your life still. And no, bro, I gotta kill Ghostface. Like,
she did
bro,
the Dewey thing.
eventually Quinn was gonna be
the
like,
Dewey
all right,
thing.
bro, I'm sick of waiting for this bitch. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
chop up somebody else.
Or
I
just
did like
get a battering ram, bust down the door.
I did like how she was playing with her. She was like, maybe I am wounded. Maybe I'm hurt. You got me.
Yeah.
I like that.
So she goes out and it's a bunch of random dialogue, and we get probably the funniest scene in the whole movie.
Let me put you on hold. Wait, what?
What?
Wait, what?
That
I ain't
was
never heard nobody put
hilarious.
Ghostface on hold. Like, hold on.
Even Ghostface. Wait, what? But
They
it's
I
smart.
love that was
They kinda did that in
hilarious,
5.
bro.
That was smart. I'll say
This
that.
this was hilarious though.
And she hears the phone ringing and she shoots the door. And I guess it's a two-way door, and Ghostface was just standing on the one side of the door
Yeah.
that she didn't shoot, and he jumps out and stabs her, I think, twice.
Mhm.
And I think she hits him with some, and
Like your face or something.
It's hitting. She gets hit. She tussling on the floor. Then they moving across the pillars. They do a little tussle, and I guess she get knocked out when she get thrown on the table. And it's the one
they
thing
jumped to the table.
I hate this too.
Yeah.
Characters like she got the knife away, and obviously there's all the glass on the floor. She don't know it's the glass, but she takes all her time to go up and just like, bruh, no, fuck all that shit, bro. Like, I'm not lifting up nothing. If he's down, get the fuck out of there, bro. Just get out of there.
Now, before I talk about the thing I hate about this scene, I will say this: if she had died in this scene, I would have liked this way more than when Dewey died, because to me, in that scene, Dewey looked like the biggest idiot humanly possible in that scene. When he was like, "Oh, you gotta shoot him in the head," and he just went back. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" This was kind of like, okay, I can kind of see that, understand that. Other than when she went to do that, I can kind of understand that.
Mhm.
So that's fine. When I thought she died, I was like, okay,
I
cool.
was cool with that.
Me too.
Same.
And then the first instance of Superman plot armor in this movie kicked in.
We got a light pulse.
My whole theater applauded. I said,
Why are we clapping? And it's funny because my mom said the same thing. She said, "Oh, thank God." I'm like, she said, "Oh, thank God," and I just looked at her. I'm like, why are you happy about that? Like,
I said to myself,
people don't want
to
them.
myself, what the fuck is this bitch made out of, bro?
What else are we doing with this character? That's the only thing I ask, because it felt like they're recycling her character every single movie. She doesn't want to do this anymore. Did she do want to do this anymore? She's tired of it. No, she keeps coming back. So it's like, why not just kill her off? Why not? I mean, shit. Dewey's gone.
Me personally, I was annoyed by this, but it didn't. Maybe because the movie to me is really good that I didn't mind this. I did mind it, but it didn't.
It didn't lower your score.
It didn't really. That was not the thing that knocked down my score with this movie. The thing that knocked down my score with this movie is the fact that people got hurt so much and they didn't die. That was the thing that bugged me a lot. But this, I was like, I guess whatever. I did, but again, I thought it was a cool way to die, because she was like, "Oh, don't tell Sydney that he got me," because she wanted to die as this untouchable person. Yeah. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, I like that. And then
was
when
good.
she was alive, I'm like,
she survived another stab.
Okay,
she got stabbed in 4.
Yeah, she got shot in 5.
She got shot in 2.
And she got shot in 2, yeah.
She got 2 and 5.
She got shot in 5, yeah, in the same place, in the gut. She got shot in the gut.
I don't know how her gut's surviving at this point, bro.
Any of these people's guts.
Go through all this, bro.
Dude, I don't know how the hell these niggas working.
They could have killed her in 4. They could have killed her in 5.
I just think they mishandled her in this movie, personally.
Yeah.
I didn't mind her in the movie. I thought she was fine, but I just don't understand why keep her alive for what, bro.
First of all, they threw away her arc, and then they had her stay alive after she definitely should have been dead. So
yeah,
they mishandled it.
That's what I'm saying. What is she made of?
Also, obviously another problem is they showed this entire scene, not the entire scene, but most of these scenes in the trailer
Yeah.
So for her to die is like I said that in my reaction. Like, oh, she's dead, and then of course they don't kill her. So maybe that's another reason why. We think she's dead, and then she's not dead.
What do they have left for her?
Exactly.
Another arc.
That's my question. Yeah, is she after
Maybe they kill her.
She said, "I'm
Maybe they kill
really
her
not
and
making
Sydney
these
off
books
in the
no
next
more."
movie.
No, I don't. I think I don't think I want to.
Really not making.
I'm really not making these books no more.
I don't think they need to be in these movies anymore. Like I said in my review, I think the new cast can hold their own.
Definitely,
characters don't need to do back.
Gail was like the only legacy character, right? Other than Kirby.
Kirby is a legacy character, technically.
Yeah, she's not like a legacy, but
well,
as far as like Dewey, Sid, and
we know the reasons why Sydney wasn't back,
which I was about to talk about.
A lot of bullshit.
I can see Sydney being back in this movie more than Gail.
No,
definitely, because it's this whole is
Gail
about the
lived in
franchise.
New York, and she was reporting from New York.
And
Makes
also Sydney has a family. Like, no, why would she put herself at risk when she has a family of her own?
Well,
for strangers,
because she's a center of this franchise.
Man, and that's one of the reasons why I didn't really like her in 5. Not saying she was bad in 5, but there was no reason for her to be there because you have a whole family to worry about. Why put yourself at risk? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
See, she made a.
That's what I'm saying. The only one that made sense to be there in the last one was Dewey. Gail was in New York being a news reporter, and Sydney had a whole family.
Right.
But we get a acknowledgement of Sydney in this movie, which my whole theater laughed at because we were like, yeah, right. That's why she's not there. Apparently she was taking Mark and the kids to a safe place.
Yeah.
Like, bro, this is happening in New York. Now, I get it. But, bro, this is happening in New York, and you're in West Bumblefuck. What the fuck do you need to worry about, bro?
Man, they don't
Just
know.
chill,
man.
bro.
They might have been
another sibling.
They might have got another ghost face in their area. Shit, you never know.
Richie's cousin.
Richie got a cousin, yeah. Richie got a
Richie's great third cousin.
Second cousin on their mama's side.
I think we're about to
want revenge, bro.
I think we're about to get to this point in the movie. The next big thing is the subway, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So after this,
next.
Yeah. This doesn't matter now because he ends up being a killer, but this is highly unrealistic. Why does an NYPD cop go up to people who had never lived in New York up until college, go up to them and say, "Oh yeah, you could take the subway. It's in public. You'll be safe." I'm like, "No, you're not." Me and Tyler looked at each other. I'm like, "No, you're not, bro." Believe me when I say, if you're in public in New York, you're not safe, bro.
Yeah.
In the subway,
if you're in public, it's even worse.
It's funny.
Exactly. Don't give a shit.
I said that in my review because I'm like, I said that. So I got buddies that live in New York, and this is probably the perfect setting for a ghost face to be because you can get stabbed on the side of the road, and nobody will give a fuck. They'll pull their phone out before they even call the cop.
And there's tons of
other ghost faces.
Now, to be fair, so we're at the subway scene. Now, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit because this is a whole bunch of meandering. When Mindy dies,
well,
should have
gets stabbed.
When this happens, I will say it is funny that nobody notices because I always make the joke, oh, somebody gets shot in New York. Nobody's gonna notice. But I do think there's a certain level of somebody would notice.
Mm-hmm. You even got the guy sitting on there listening to his music, right? He's sitting there listening to his music. You telling me you not looking over seeing a girl get stabbed?
And this is the other thing. This is the other thing. And Mindy's wrong for this. I'm a very cautious traveler. I'm a very cautious traveler. When I'm on the train, that's when, and it's going to sound funny, but that's when I'm the most afraid. I'm the most alert of what's happening. Because to me, the subway is the deadliest way of travel in New York, okay? I'm always alert looking at things. When I see something that could probably lead to me getting injured or dying, there is one very simple solution to this. Go to the next train car.
Yeah.
She was right next to the door, bro.
She was next to the door.
Right by the
door.
Right by the door.
Clearly,
right by the door.
You can't give me the excuse of, oh, well, she was with Ethan. She didn't give a fuck about Ethan. She wanted to be far away from Ethan as humanly possible.
Exactly.
So all you had to do was go to the next train car. Now, the only other solution, the only other way where I could see, she couldn't go to the next train car was if she was riding.
She was at the end.
No,
she was at the end of the train.
No, she wasn't. She wasn't at the end.
Right.
But for those who don't know, there's two types of trains in NYC. There's the regular train, and then there's trains with the orange seats. Now, the trains with the orange seats, they don't always have it where you can go to the next train car. I think this was a train with the orange seats. And if it is, then this is the most realistic depiction of New York City. And I'm going to tell you why. The train with the orange seats more often than not leads to harm and death.
Oh,
okay?
wow.
So if that is the case, then kudos to this movie because it's very accurate.
Man, yo, you even got the girl sitting there knocked out.
She was knocked out.
I'm like, bro, I said
she had her headphones on. Bro.
I said, for one, like I was watching a video that said the two places you don't want to sit in the subway is one at the end by the door. Don't sit by the door, or don't sit like there's two seats that you don't need to sit by, or you're gonna get fucked. Like at the end of the day, you're fucked if you're sitting in these seats.
Also,
I'm like, bro, like
fun fact,
this movie, dude.
Fun fact: where they get off to go to the shrine, that's where me and Kevin saw this movie.
Nice.
It was at
Really?
Lincoln. I think it was like Lincoln Square or Lincoln Center or whatever. But I was like, oh shit. I definitely know they were.
Yeah, I think I caught.
They said 72nd Street. I said, oh shit. And I think the other people in the theater the first night they caught on to it too. They were like, oh.
Yeah, I really like the tension in this scene because it's like you said, it's very accurate. The fact that the lights, obviously when they're going through the train, the lights turn on and off. It's like, bro, like the fact that he kept moving up. It's like, bro,
do the lights go in and out like that so much?
No,
I felt like that's not
that was
normal.
That was more for effect.
I was
why is he
thinking
getting
to myself,
so
like,
bored?
this shit did not happen, bro. Maybe there's some out there that do this on occasion, but like every other stuff.
You know what this movie was missing? This movie was missing bums on the train. That's what this movie was missing. Where were the bums on the train, bro? You know, like damn, they're all walking all through the city and shit. There's no bums on the sidewalk. I'm like, man, this ain't fucking New York. You see 18 different bums on the sidewalk. Come on, bro. All right, third act time. So they get a call. Well, Sam gets a call, and the cop is like, "Oh, Kirby got fired from the FBI like 2 years ago, and she was obsessed with this, 2 months." I wonder if that actually happened. I don't think it did.
I don't think it happened. I think he lied.
I think he lied just so they can look at Kirby a certain way, so they feel like they don't have the protection. But the fact that they kept leading us on with her when she earlier on in the film, she answered a call. We don't know who she talked to, and she had a certain look. Then when we get to the place, and she's like, "Oh, this is a kill box," and she just walks away with to let him know that she's walking away. Obviously they have to do that to make us think, "Oh, maybe she's the killer." But I think he did lie just so the girl, Sam and Tara, will look at her a certain way.
Did y'all ever think for a second that Kirby was the killer?
Absolutely not.
No, my fiance kept guessing like, "Oh yeah, she's the killer." I'm like, no, just keep waiting because that's too easy.
I was thinking that
they don't reveal it in a phone call. No, they're not doing that. So like I knew. I'm like, that's not a Scream thing to do.
So we get before we talk about this scene, who did you guys think was the killer before we got the reveal? I want to know that. Like, who was the one person that you were like, you are the killer, even if you were wrong?
I thought it was going to be somebody we did not see.
That was my guess.
I thought it was going to be somebody we did not see. That's what I was hoping.
I was like, Ethan was too much in sight for me to point him out.
Yep.
I know they were suspecting the boyfriend the entire time, but I'm just like,
no,
can't do this shit again.
Nope. I knew it wasn't.
I was like, we can't do this.
Couldn't have been.
I definitely did not think it was him, bro.
Nope.
I didn't think it was him. I thought it was Kirby.
I give the cop 5% suspicion, but again, same with Ethan. He was too much involved in the movie for me to go out there and say, "Oh yeah, he's the killer."
I thought he was too bland. I thought all those characters were too bland to be the killers.
Ethan was just vibing the entire time, bro.
Because if
it were not for that reveal, I would have been like, bro, y'all just.
It made me go back at least to the first two movies because you got someone like you got someone like Billy who has those tendencies. You know, when you think like, yeah, he could be the killer, like just the way he acts. He's not a bland character. He's cool, suave, but he's also got a little crazy in him. Same with Stu. Stu is a very over the top character,
charismatic,
over the top.
All the killers were really
wasn't
maybe not
besides
wrong.
besides the third one. I think the third one was pretty bland, but
the thing is, in the first movie though, you're not I mean, at least for me, you're not expecting 2 killers. You're only expecting
no. But I'm just
that's
talking
why
about
when
them,
you get the
I'm talking about them being characters in the movie without knowing they're the killers. Like they have personalities.
That's why when you get the reveal of Stu in the first one, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, right.
You know, because at least for me, when I saw that Billy was the killer in the first one, I said, oh well, obviously.
Yeah, obviously, right.
Yeah.
You know what I think this calls back to with earlier in the movie they were like, oh, in franchises they tend to copy things like so much so that it becomes a little bit too obvious. I think that was the purpose of not only the reveals but also the motives.
Yeah.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, in the second movie, I don't think we saw his mom until the end of the movie when they got revealed.
No, she's throughout the movie.
But she was?
Yeah, she's a reporter posing as somebody else.
Yeah.
She's not.
And then the
Nancy
other guy,
Lewis.
I was
She
pretty
wasn't
sure the
prominent.
other guy was just like
No.
a throwaway guy. Like he had personality, but he was gone for like a huge chunk of the movie. So
Mickey?
I don't know if that was Mickey. Yeah.
You're talking about in part 2?
Yeah. Whereas just like they're just kind of like low key characters, you know, and then they'll just pop up in the end. I know they had more personality than the ones in this movie.
I would think Mickey was more prominent in that movie.
I'm saying like he was gone. Like I think after the singing scene that he was like gone basically until the end.
We can't hear you, AJ.
I was just saying. I think he was gone for a good chunk of time in the second.
Oh yeah, Mickey was. Yeah, Mickey
but
was.
like it doesn't hardly feel like it because he is so charismatic.
Yeah. He has a presence on screen.
He has a presence. These characters did not.
No.
Until after the reveal.
Right. Even Quinn, because like she's in the beginning, and then obviously she's killed off to make it like she's not a killer, but she didn't really give that much either. She didn't give that much character either. She
was just like kind of bland to me as well.
Yeah. I can't relate. I liked Quinn a lot. When she got taken out, I was kind of upset, but not upset. But I was like,
I know why you like Quinn.
Oh man,
I know why you like Quinn.
I mean, I just thought she was cool. So
we're on the reveals now, right?
Yeah, well, no, we got the scene with Chad and Ted.
Yo, this chase scene is dope. This chase scene is awesome.
we get them making out, and I was like, shit.
Which I was like, yes.
And then we get possibly the best jump scare of the whole movie. I literally shouted out in the theater, "Oh shit!"
She gets stabbed in the back, bro. Damn, son.
The whole theater was like, "Oh, bro."
I said they're gonna kill Tara. They're gonna kill Tara. Tara's done.
You,
even the main characters are expendable.
My theater, bro. If I could go back in time, I swear, bro. I'm telling you, not that. And this and Endgame, bro. I'm telling you, that's how good this theater experience was.
Shout out to Chad for giving it the Ghostface. Well, everyone was giving it the Ghostface. My nigga Chad was like, "I'm about to hit you with I don't know what glass. It was the popcorn thing. I'm gonna hit you with the camera. I'm gonna tackle your ass. I'm dodging all your weaves because I don't care. Nobody say I'm dodging."
So I was waiting. We all got that special Ghostface moment in every Scream movie that makes us laugh of laughter. So I was waiting for it, and we finally got it in this scene. So, he did get hit with a frying pan, which was hilarious. So this chase scene was fucking fantastic. Ghostface was booking it through this fucking hallway, if you will. I was like, damn, bro.
This nigga Chad through the camera.
And then he threw the camera. I started dying. I was like,
we want to talk about what characters are made of. Ghostface is just made of he's Iron Man, because if you got hit with a camera, there's no way you keep running. There's no fucking way.
When he threw the popcorn jar.
The popcorn.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude? This nigga just like, what the fuck?
So then they knock him out, and I forgot what they were going to do. Oh no, he was just like messing him up, and then this was the second holy shit moment. I said, "Oh shit!" Another Ghostface popped out and fucking obliterated him.
Yeah, he should have been done.
And this,
he should have been
Yo,
DVD, bro.
it's the Dewey effect, bro.
I ain't gonna lie,
and it's so funny.
I was sorry.
Look,
I was sorry.
funny
I did not
story.
want him to die. I didn't want Chad to die. I didn't.
Funny story.
Well, he obviously did.
I was watching 5. I was watching 5 on Thursday before I saw this movie.
He gets
and
mutilated like
I
this.
got to the scene where he gets like really stabbed a lot in 5, and I texted AJ. I said, "Bro, how did Chad not die?" And he said, "It's the Dewey effect."
Yep.
And I just found that so fucking hilarious when we found out at the end that he lived. I said, "Yo,
he's Dewey. He's the new Dewey. Bro. He's the new Dewey."
Dewey effect.
If then you could say Tara's Gale. Tara's Gale. Chad is Dewey, and Sam is Sydney. I don't know who the fuck is Mindy. Mindy is Randy. Mindy is Randy. Is Randy.
Only she doesn't die.
She doesn't die, right?
So
the core four.
This if he had died here, this would have probably been one of, if not the. Well, no, they get 2 of the best kills in the franchise later on, but this would have been top 5 kills easily. I was like, damn,
mutilated, bro. Like, and
I thought it was great.
He just tell him.
They got crazy ass beef with Chad, bro. They was just stabbing at.
I thought it was
great. I'm just like, all right, bro, we gotta get this bitch out. They saw what happened with Gale.
I thought it was great.
Like, bitch.
I thought it was a great scene, and if he did die, I would have been okay with it. I would have been like, all right, cool. Facts. You know, the same thing with Mindy. If Mindy had died, I would have been okay with it too. I would have been like, all right, fuck it. You're killing off people, taking states, you know, let's go.
Core 3.
So core 2 at that point.
Core 2.
If Mindy and Chad had died. So they run to the middle and a Ghostface jumps through the projector, and then we get another one, and then the cop shows up and Kirby shows up and she's all bloody and shit, and Tara's like, "Oh, get the fuck away from me." She's like, "What are you talking about?" And we gotta, scream shit, and the cop shoots Kirby, and the Ghostface comes behind and stops, and the cop puts the gun away, and everyone, oh shit.
He's like, "Oh yeah, of course it's me." He's like, "Of course it's me." Like, of course.
Let's talk about that actor, shall we?
He just went straight over the top in this scene, bro.
In the whole movie, bro.
He wasn't that bad going.
He wasn't.
He was
wasn't as bad
at a certain point,
bro. There are two
once we
lines.
got towards this end, it's like, yo, he's a little bad.
I disagree wholeheartedly.
Tyler, what are you talking about?
There are 2 lines in this movie that got laughter from my theater that were not supposed to gain laughter at all. There's a line where he's like, "Oh, anybody that touches my family, they're fucking dying." And I was like,
"Oh, are you talking about his line delivery?"
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It was bad. Then there was another line where I was like,
I mean, he was saying that in the moment when they was the Ghostface, he looked crazy as hell. He was saying,
there's one line in this reveal. I was like, okay.
He went from 0 to 100 real quick.
We get the reveal that Ethan was one of the killers, which I was like, okay. Yeah. All right.
And I love that he said, Mindy fucking called it. She said it. Mindy fucking called it. Right.
And then that one didn't surprise me. I was like, okay. The next one, I said, oh shit, in the fucking theater. I was not expecting it. I expected it to, for whatever reason, I'm holding on to this for the next movie. I'm still thinking that their mom's going to be the killer at some point. That's what I'm thinking. And I think if they're going to repeat Scream 3, the next killer has to be their mom. But we got the reveal that Quinn was still alive the whole time doing this. And I said, oh, shit. All right. That makes sense. Because, there are scenes where the other 2 are doing things, and it's like there's no way they could be the killer at that point.
Right.
That makes sense. I was like, that's really cool. I like that.
It's a twist.
So let's go around. How did we all feel about this? I was positive on this.
Though. So I'm in the moment. I've been going like I was talking to my mom and my fiance. Is like, is Richie that important for all this to happen? Like, was he really that important in Scream 5 for all this shit to happen?
To their family, he was.
But I'm just saying, as a character, like, did they really need to have his family come out and kill Sam?
But
I'm like, okay, it's Scream 2 at the end of the day. It's a
Scream
revenge
2.
story.
It's
It's
a
Scream
revenge
2.
story.
That's what I thought about it.
So
At first, I was like, yeah, they're the
why-
killers. That's
who
cool.
cares? That's why I say, who cares about these people? I'm like, oh, but yeah, they're upset at Sam because Richie is dead. So, okay, that's why I said in my review when I was driving home, I'm like, oh, I can't get mad because Scream 2 is basically the same plot. Like, was Billy that important? I think me and Tyler talked about that. Like, was Billy that important for the mom to come back to kill Sydney? Yeah, to her, he was. So I've come around to it. I think the actors at this point, of course, they're insane. So of course they're supposed to be acting insane, but some of it is a little. It's definitely a little over the top, especially the father. He's definitely over the top in this scenes. Like,
I thought Ethan was too.
Yeah, man. Goodness
probably
gracious.
not over the top. More over the top than Amber in 5.
Oh yeah,
but I think Richie was like the perfect amount of insane.
Mm-hmm.
In 5, but getting to the reveal, I liked the Quinn reveal that she wasn't dead.
That's the best part.
That's the best part of this reveal. Everything else, I said, okay, I guess I like the motive, but like these characters, I don't really care about.
Right,
like hardly.
I like how the cop openly said, "Oh yeah, bro, I don't get these 2 kids I got right here, bro. I don't fuck them, bro. They can go die for all I care. But my first son."
Yeah,
he basically did.
When he said that, I expected them to be like, "All right, fuck you," and they were gonna kill him. That's what I was expecting. But
nah, they were like, let's go.
They were still loyal. They too loyal to their dad.
So the line that had me in stitches is when Sam tells the cop, "Oh, he was like a low life fucking bitch. He was a pussy.
Was a little bitch that allowed his girlfriend
and
to do all the
he
killing."
he goes, "That's not true. No, he wasn't."
He said, "That's not true. No, he wasn't."
I said, "Oh my god."
That was funny.
That has to be the worst line in the whole franchise.
Terrible dialogue.
It's so bad, it's funny. That is one of those.
And actually, the line is true because wasn't he dating the girl? Wasn't he dating what's her name too? He was dating Amber, right? Like they were together.
Yeah, they were. They were
together in the movie.
They didn't like explicitly say it, but like they were calling each other honey, baby, and all that.
Yeah, they was together. They was together.
Listen.
But she did most of the killing. He did. Who did he kill?
I'm sorry. I know Richie was insane, but this actually solidifies him being insane. How the fuck, respectfully, how the fuck are you gonna take dating Amber over Sam? Let's talk about that, bro.
I agree.
Something must be. You might be the most craziest Ghostface humanly possible if you think that was a smart life decision.
I mean, Sam was underage too, or Amber was underage. Underage anyway.
Yeah.
You need to be put in an asylum if you think that was a smart life choice. Moving on. We get our third act. Obnoxious shenanigans going on. And we're all to the running. So we get.
I love that Sam was ready. Like, I love that she was ready. She was telling Tara, like, bro, you ready? Yeah. You ready for this shit? Let's go.
Kirby comes back.
Kirby comes out in the end.
Again, plot armor activate. Fucking.
She got stabbed in the same place.
Yes. And I was like, hey, fucking Sam, I thought she was dead. Kirby, I thought she was dead because Sam pulls the knife out of her. She's like, I need this. I thought the line was funny, but I was like, damn, kind of just killed her.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
Coreyed her from Halloween Ends.
So
you have something I need.
I'll bring that movie up. Goodness gracious. But it's because the characters didn't have any weapons on them. That's why. The only person that had a weapon was Kirby. But yeah. But yeah. Go ahead. Moving on.
Anyway, they go up a ladder and General Ortega falls over and Sam has her, and then Quinn jumps out of the doorway or whatever. And I did like this, how Quinn was like, all right, you got no fucking escape. Fuck this. I'm gonna take my time.
Yeah. Playing with him.
And I liked how she had the knife and Tara was like, oh, let me go. Again, plot armor. I don't understand why you needed to have her get stabbed. What did that add?
It didn't.
You,
Because she was just fine. Clearly, she was just fine.
you know, you didn't have to have that. Just have it that she lands on him and stabs him.
Yeah, that's why I didn't think she was gonna get stabbed, but when she do, I was like, I said the same thing. What was the point? What was the point?
And
even though it gives us one of the best kills in the movie, but
she stabs him in the fucking mouth. And fucking takes the knife and twists it and rips out his tongue. I said,
"Oh my god!" I love her reaction because technically this is it's not her first kill because she shot the one chick in the head. Yeah, but the way she reacts to doing it, she kind of laughs a little bit, but then she's crying at the same time because she can't believe what the fuck she just did. But I loved her reaction.
You are gonna die a virgin.
Yeah, now you're gonna die a virgin, right? Yeah, but
that was funny.
I love that he's like so hyped. I always wanted to stick something in you, Tara.
Yo, my whole theater said, "Hey."
I love. He's like, "You're so fucked." It's like, bro, you too confident. You're about to die. And then I love. And then Sam gets up and like, "Oh, you lost another brother now." And then shoots her in the head, and then
I was a little disappointed about that.
Always got to shoot him in the head.
No, the line was cool, but I was a little disappointed about that. I was like, "Damn, but she's the coolest killer, and you killed her off in such a whack way."
Shoot him in the head.
So then the cop comes, and I think she says something like, "Oh, you just lost like 2 more kids or something or whatever."
I thought this was funny because they literally.
This was hilarious.
This was a little over.
This was very over.
Running each other, screaming like, "Ah!"
I was like, "What is this anime?" Okay.
Yeah, 2 weeks of anime. We got Creed 3 last week, and now we got this.
They literally running each other, screaming.
So she put. I mean, I guess you needed to have this happen that way. Well, you didn't have to have this happen, but you need to have him get knocked out. That way we can have the third act end the way it did.
Her wearing the costume.
So this was great. I liked all this. My whole theater was, we were turning up, and we got honestly.
So do you like scary movies?
This is
one.
This is my second favorite kill, other than the one in 4 where he guts the bitch in the bedroom. This was fucking honestly epic. This was epic, bro.
Goodness gracious, dude.
She came up behind him, and I thought his arms were gonna fall off.
Bro,
legitimately,
straight.
She essentially stabbed him everywhere that was not in the body armor.
Yes,
obviously.
Oh my god,
she
dude.
Fucking obliterated him, and then for measure, she stabbed him in the fucking head
through the eyeball. Though at that, goodness gracious. Goodness,
fucking epic, bro.
She kind of looked like she did enjoy it, but I love that she held back and looked at her sister, was like,
nice.
All right, I'm gonna chill out, but no, you fucked with my family, so I gotta kill you. And I did Tara did. And it's funny, I called it. I knew she was gonna say nice. I said it before she did. Kind of a cliche line, I guess, but it was nice. It was a nice little kill for sure.
So they walked out, and the credits from Richie's movie play, and I thought that was the end of the movie.
Yeah, red right hand.
I was like, oh.
That's the way it's gonna end.
Directed by Richie.
Directed by Richie Kirsch.
So they get out and they're talking, and Mindy shows up, and she's like, "Oh, I didn't get the killer again. Damn it!"
Well, we got Kirby's alive. Did we see Kirby alive already?
Oh, yeah.
Because the guy comes, the brother does the reveal, does the they always come back. He's the one that runs back.
Oh yeah,
and
she threw the TV at him.
She dropped the TV at him. Yeah,
I thought that was lame. I was like, really? That's how you're gonna die? Yeah, bro. The TV's not even working, bro. How the fuck?
He got suffocated by the TV, I guess, but.
It was like the Maria Rambo.
It's supposed to be like Stu's death, but I guess he's the Stu.
So then we find out Chad is alive, to which I said, literally in the theater, get the fuck out of here. There's no way.
It's so crazy because she started crying like, "Oh my god, Chad is dead," and they say, "Oh, we got another one." It's like, "Oh, are you fucking kidding?"
And then for the idiots that want to tell me, "Whoa, they did this with Dewey in Scream 2." Dude, all that happened to Dewey was that he got stabbed in the back like once. This man got fucking filleted like a cow getting ready for a
definitely not what happened.
That's not what happened because you hear multiple stab wounds without seeing it. You gotta listen. You gotta listen to the stab wounds.
Say,
and
shing, shing, shing.
yo, you hear snipe, and then he gets pushed up against the glass.
I never noticed
and then he
that.
goes down. But my thing is like you got blood coming out your mouth.
You
Like,
still, bro. You still gonna tell me that what
DDD.
happened? You gonna tell me that what happened to Chad wasn't worse than what happened to Dewey?
No,
It's the
this is
same
worse.
same level.
Yeah, I mean, I had the same reaction. I definitely had the same reaction. I remember when I saw that.
Yo, the synchronization of the knife, bro. I was like, oh shoot, okay.
Yeah, that was
they
awesome.
choreographed.
How many
So
times
then
they choreographed that?
Sam
know,
had
right?
the mask inside her jacket or whatever. She threw it down. And we get our Demi Lovato pop song, which is awesome, by the way. And
I didn't listen to the song.
credit. How didn't you listen to it?
I didn't
It's in
listen
the
to this. You
credits.
watched the movie, didn't you?
I didn't pay attention to the song though. We do get a little stinger. You know, we always get the little ghost face popping out at the thing stinger. But after that, I walked out of the theater.
I don't think we got that for 4.
No,
I don't think we
No,
got
we
that
didn't
in
get it for
4, but
4.
that was the only one. Did y'all watch the post-credit scene?
No.
No,
I know there is
I heard
one.
it brings no.
What is it?
It's nothing. It's nothing. It's where it's back where they're explaining the franchise stuff, you know, pointing out every killer or whatever. And Mindy's like, you don't always have to have a post-credit scene, and then that's it.
All right, that was.
So it was basically an added
that
scene to the scene we already saw.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was basically
That
just
was-
the
that was
same
funny.
scene, just cut toward the end.
They
for the
should
end.
just add that in to the movie.
No,
I don't think that needs to
it
be.
makes sense to be in the post credits. That makes sense.
I guess I'm not waiting to watch that.
I bet people were mad
Um,
that waited the whole time to watch that.
Who would actually do that?
I didn't know.
Somebody
As far as-
did, and they recorded it, and that's how I saw it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, clearly, yeah.
Yeah, that is Scream 6.
I'll
love
say this
movie.
about Sam. I hope in Scream 7 we start to see more of her character like flesh out. Because at the end when she was stabbing the fuck out of him, I think we need more. I feel like this is the movie's way of saying, all right, now we about to get into her shit. Now
Yeah.
we about to
I
find
feel like they keep hinting at her. She might be the next killer. Like she's the one that's gonna go mad.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, I don't see them doing that. I don't see them making her the killer. And if they
don't
do,
either.
what's her motive?
Exactly. The only motive I can see if Tara dies and she wants to kill everybody. That's the only thing that can happen. But
And if that's the case, are you gonna kill Jenna Ortega in the opening kill? No.
no, that's not happening.
Oh no!
It's pretty safe to say
that-
Jenna Ortega is untouchable, bro.
I don't know if it's the last installment of the franchise.
She's bringing too much. She's bringing too much to the seats, man. I ain't gonna lie. I was excited to see her.
Me
Like
too.
I was excited to see
And
Jenna Ortega
she delivered.
for sure. That's who I was
She
excited to
definitely
watch.
delivered.
So
I
don't
think
know.
if they
She put more
advertise this
household
next
name.
one as like the last installment or the last of this trilogy, they could do something with that. They can have Jenna Ortega be the first kill, and then see Sam.
They did that with he wasn't in the whole movie, but they did that with Cotton in Scream 2.
Yeah, and then they can have Sam be the killer like throughout the movie, and then like trying to catch her.
But
or,
that's
like,
the thing,
slowly
though.
trying to catch her.
There's the plot hole, though. Who killed? How are you gonna do that when?
yeah, who
you
kills?
have-
who
who
Tara?
kills Tara?
That's what needs to be.
Unless you
revealed
have it
towards
be
the end.
that Sam kills that ghost face and then goes and kills everyone else.
Well, her goal is to kill that ghost face. Like her goal would be to kill that ghost face, and at the end, it would be revealed.
Maybe
I
she
don't
gets
know.
too paranoid and ends up killing wrong people.
Yeah, she ends up killing the wrong people.
I don't know. I agree with Tyler. I don't think that regardless of how much they want to say that she's a killer, they're not gonna make her the killer. I don't
That
think
would
nobody-
be different.
It would be, but
I would like that, but
You
I
have
would just
to-
need it to make sense.
What's the right?
Yeah,
Make
I mean, if it made sense, if it was
what's her
written
motive?
well, yeah.
How would it come to be like
Mhm.
for her to be the killer? I don't think that's true. I don't think it's gonna happen at this point. Sam has been the hero for both of these movies. She was obviously falsely accused through the internet of her being, the mastermind behind that whole thing. but she's the hero at the end of the day. She killed
It's the
the
same
killer.
thing for people saying like, "Oh yeah, Sydney's gonna be the killer, bro."
Yeah.
Sydney's not gonna be the fucking killer, bro.
Not Sydney though. She don't have that darkness in her though. They haven't hinted at that. They hinted at Sam having that darkness. So.
It's because she's Billy Loomis's daughter.
Right. I mean, well, she does seem like she enjoys killing a little bit.
At this point, I think she's doing everything she need to survive. And if it's stabbing a nigga 22 times to make sure that nigga dead, stab that nigga 22 times to shoot him in the head. Because they always come back. They always come back. Clearly, niggas getting stabbed in the gut and they walking down the street like they ain't been stabbed in the gut. So no, like you it's all about survival. These niggas murdered how many people, bro?
Bro, this woman has voices talking to her though.
Yeah, and that's why she was getting help. But the therapist want to be a little bitch and say, "I don't want to help you." Like, bro, like the therapist want to be like, "Oh, I can't handle it. Get the fuck out of here.
Therapist
You got a
deserves to die
degree,
after
bro.
that, man.
Get the fuck out of here." But let's go ahead and move on because I feel like we're just saying the same thing. We all enjoyed the movie clearly. I gave it a 4.5. Like I said, I watched it twice. I actually found a good link when I watched it on my Fire Stick. It's actually really clear. I had to hear a whole bunch of bet bullshit in between it, like commercials, or whatever. But it was a nice copy. Bootleg. I did go see it in the theaters though, so you guys did got my money. I paid for 3 tickets, so you guys got my money. So rankings. Let's go ahead and rank it, you guys. I got my letterbox up.
Me too.
I got my letterbox up. Who want to go first?
You go first.
I go first. All right, from least to best. I'm gonna go Scream 3. Now I'm gonna say this though. I think this is the most consistent franchise when it comes to horror franchise.
Yep,
the most consistent. And obviously there's only 6 movies, but it's the most consistent. Scream 3 is the last. Next, Scream 4. Then we got Scream 2022, Scream 2, Scream 6, and the original. That's my ranking from least to best.
My ranking is going to be Scoreforum, the movie that I find worse every time I watch it, but it's still okay. Next one is Scream 5 Cream.
Scream 2022.
This movie was actually under Scoreforum and it went up. After that is going to be Scream 2. I really like the movie, but it gets really slow in the second act. My number 3, no pun intended, is Scream 3. I think this is the most underrated movie in the whole franchise. I love Scream 3. Scream 2 is going to be Scream 6. I love this movie. And I can't wait to watch it again. And the first one is obviously my favorite movie of all time, Scream. I love it. Very good franchise, minus a couple duds.
You go or
I'll go. Starting at number 6, it's gonna be Scream 3. It's not good. I rewatched it a couple days ago. It's not good. I'm sorry. Number 5 is Scoreforum. That movie is it has competent aspects to it, but it just leaves me like why? Number 4 is Scream 2. I really had to come around to this movie. I did not care for it when I first watched it. I think I probably gave it a 2 when I first watched it. Now it's at a 3.5. I like it for the most part. There are some things that bother me, but it has some of the best killers in the franchise. Yeah, some quotable lines there. Number 3 is Scream 6. I really enjoyed this movie. Very solid film. Fell flat in the third act for me though. Number 2 is Scream 5. I absolutely love this movie. 4.5. And number 1 is the first Scream.
I think the first Scream is gonna always be the first. Let's see what Kevin got it ranked. I don't think it
Scream 1 is not the top. I'm kidding.
Well, no, Jared Runner had his ranking. He said Scream 2 is better than the first one.
Oh my Lord!
All
right, Jared. Respectfully, no.
At the bottom, I got Scream 3. It's there. I didn't really like the Hollywood aspect of it. That wasn't my thing.
Can't relate. I love
Scream 2,
It's not good.
it was boring as to all hell.
Damn.
Wait, which one? Which
Scream
one?
2.
Scream 2.
Definitely not, though. Definitely not.
Bro, that second act, bro.
Yo,
Damn.
that's
He's not wrong.
Scream,
That's what I do. Dragon does.
Scream 5, 2022. It's okay. I know I had my gripes with it, but at the end, I was enjoying it up until the last act for me. So
I've come around on the third act. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I watched it Thursday, I was like, I don't like this.
I haven't seen it. Number 3 is Scream 4. I find this movie very underrated. Little bit of a funny context, and I feel like I'm gonna get shit for it. Scream 4 was actually the first Scream I saw, like 7 years ago, maybe. And I enjoyed it. And then I watched it again, and I still enjoyed it. So Scream 4, I really enjoyed it. It was fun. Next is Scream 6. Nothing too high and special about it, but it's the better of these 5. I really enjoyed it, though. And at the top is the first Scream. It's amazing.
Yeah, for sure. So I guess you guys follow Tim Talkies. He's doing a list for top 90s movies, and Scream made my top 5 because it revitalized the horror genre. It changed horror cinema forever. And I figured everyone's ranking was going to be Scream. So hold on, you guys.
I find it very curious. But I didn't say this. There was a point in this movie where I thought it was better than the original.
Whoa!
It was the third act that kind of brought it down.
Bold.
But when it was the window scene, like at that point in the movie, I was like, "Yo, this might be better than the original." Like I really loved how intense it was.
I think as far as the tense moments and the kills,
we gotta move it on. Well, go ahead, keep talking, but we got to move it along a little bit because my fiance is telling me I need to come to bed and I want to show these movies I got. But what you was about to say?
Oh no, it's nothing.
You didn't do your ranking though.
I did. I was the first one. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh.
You didn't listen? I guess not. You had to go back and listen.
You gotta
go back and listen to the stream. Let's our final topic. I don't know if anyone has physical media. I have 3 titles in front of me.
Yes, I do.
All right, so I'll go first so I can get out the way. Big screen myself. I picked up the first 2 seasons of Rick and Morty on Blu-ray. Wow. They were $5 a piece. I actually got one for free because I guess they had a deal, buy one get one free. So I paid $5 something for 2 seasons. It's time for me to get into the show. It's based off. It's kind of a spoof of my favorite movie of all time. So I need to watch this show. And the last thing I got. You got the touch. You got the power. Yes, I picked up Transformers the movie, the Steelbook, and it's in 4K. I got it at Target. So I only Steelbook I need is Bumblebee. If anyone has Bumblebee out there that don't want it anymore, I will gladly take it off your hands.
It definitely won't be me. I'll tell you that right now.
You got the Steelbook for Bumblebee? You motherfucker. Go ahead, Tyler.
So I took a little trip to book off my favorite place on earth.
Oh my god!
I got a couple. I didn't go crazy this time. I got a couple things.
You got 8 titles.
First thing I got was Bill and Ted Face the Music with a Slip. I have the first 2. I haven't seen this movie yet, but I figured it had Slip and it was cheap, so now I have all of them. Next, AJ, bro. Bro. Oh! Bro, I got it factory sealed, bro. Factory sealed.
How much it cost? $4?
Yeah. I'm not mad about this at all. I love
this
movie. $4.
Okay, yeah.
Factory sealed. This Blu-ray is actually amazing. I love it.
Blu-ray is insane, bro.
It's one of the earlier Blu-rays too, by the way it looks.
Yes, it is. Ice Age. AJ, I found it for a good price. I'm not mad about it.
$4?
Yeah. Next, we got Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2.
sir.
I actually found a good horror title at a decent price in that fucking place. I've seen the first one. No, it was like 12. I've seen the first one. I've never seen the second one, but I don't know. I kind of wanted to revisit these movies after Reborn was fucking an abomination.
The first one's the best. Second one is a fun time.
The second one actually scared me.
Second one is pretty fun.
Next, we got Paper Towns in this awesome little. It's like a map thing,
bro.
Pretty cool.
I've never seen that before.
Paper Towns, bro.
I've seen this movie before. I do like it, but the ending is a kick in the nuts.
Bro.
But I do want to see how I feel about it on a rewatch. I mainly bought it because I have The Fault in Our Stars with a slip, and I was like, oh, I think it was like $4 too. I was like, that's not bad, and I do like this edition of it. It's pretty cool. 4Ks. I got Hustlers with a slip. I like this movie. I've seen this movie before. I do like it. The slip is really nice.
Amazing in that movie.
This movie, considering the subject matter, it's actually not really that bad. It's pretty good. I just hate the ending. Well, I don't hate the ending. I think it's too long. It's way too long.
It does the Wolf of Wall Street effect, where it's like it should have ended where it ended.
Yeah, by the ending of it, I was like, yo, this movie should have been over like 20 minutes ago. Maleficent on 4K. This was $8. I upgraded it. I just bought it a couple months ago at Book Off on Blu-ray with a slip, but I figured I'd upgrade it. I really like this movie a lot, and the 4K looks really good actually. And the last of the 4Ks I got is Star Trek Into Darkness with a 4K slip. I have the first one on 4K. Now I just need Beyond with a slip. They had Beyond there without a slip, and I was like, no. If I was able to wait to get this one with a slip, I'll wait to get the other one. And the last of my physical media I got was Leave a Whisper. This is Shinedown's first album. I now have 3 of their albums on vinyl. I got 3. I need 4 more to go. I'm very happy that I have this on vinyl. And that is all I got for physical media.
Cool. AJ, you got anything?
I don't.
All right. So, Kevin, you got anything?
No.
Nope.
All right. All right. So, yeah, we're about to end the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed this stream. We went on a little bit longer than I expected, almost 3 hours. Goodness gracious. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this stream, please hit that like button. Please subscribe for more. Check out all these guys' content and their channels. Everything will be in the description below. And hope you guys have a good night. And we're on this one, you guys. Peace out.